I need that sports encyclopedia. Where you at, Steve Kim? Got Trent in the cut.
Coach JP.
Yeah.
Where you at, man? In the gym shooting, I'm Durant. You ain't shooting John Morant.
Darnell is the Ball State legend. I'm the Warren Central High School legend.
I'm proving with a reliable source, straight from the mouth of the horse. Smitty and JB and Smitty from West Coast to Yost.
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
Better stay in your lane. Hop if
You are fucking insane. Dude, what? You just will not give this guy his flowers. What is wrong with you?
Oh, you must have thought I was a bitch.
I am him. You's not it. What's the topic? With your logic when I flow. Big Komodo, how it's time.
Gotta get back to letting the baby cry a little bit to see if they can soothe themselves.
That's a bar.
Issues get pressed so fast it don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing. We switched it and filled the gap.
I identified him after his third fight, and I said that guy should be a star.
I'm so proud of the show, bro.
The gap. Smitty and Jason Brown.
To the Coach JP show.
What up? We are in the building. It is Work Boot Wednesday. Strap up your hard hat, tie up your work boots, and pound that damn like button. Subscribe, become a member today. We got a loaded lineup. Big Matt McChesney joins. We're going to talk about Shiloh's bankruptcy a little bit more in depth, see what Matt knows, Colorado Buffs, and we're going to talk some NFL with Big Matt. But it is Work Boot Wednesday here, so make sure you download the Discord app, create a Slap Nation. Go find it, go pull it up, go get it. And then go ahead on over to winnable.com/slappicks because they are hitting. Smitty's NBA Finals picks look good, but the Mavs did choke one off last night and got it away. So we're going to get into that today. But cappers from all sports join us every single day on Winnable. So head on over to our first down plan and check out winnable.com/slappicks today. Pound that like, subscribe, become a member. We're about at 40,000 subscribers. We need to get to 50,000 by the NFL season. So make sure you head on over there. Let's start this thing off with a banger. The Major League Baseball League, MLB, adopted the Negro League stats. And now Josh Gibson is leading in several categories. Now, listen, I grew up a huge fan of Satchel Paige, Josh Gibson, all the Negro League players. My grandfather played professional baseball. And he actually played with a lot of these guys. So I knew a lot of the history. And I'm going to be honest, I have a take that a lot of you won't like. But listen, are we just doing this, in my opinion, to give the Negro League players a bone after all these years, after we said they couldn't play, they couldn't coach, etc.? I think this is a joke, to be honest. And if this is going to be the norm, then they better add the Japanese League stats too, because Ichiro would be leading in all kinds of shit. This is like giving blacks the shortest month of the year to celebrate. This is a backhanded compliment if I've ever seen one, and it is a joke in my opinion. But that's just me. I'm going to dive into it with Smitty right out the gate when we bring him in, and I got a very interesting take. But I want to throw that out there. Let's get into the show. The T-Wolves stave off elimination in Game 4. Holding off the Mavs. They'll be going back to Minnesota. I said on the show yesterday, do not let the Minnesota T-Wolves win a game. Now, I believe you have a series. The Dodgers snap the longest losing streak since 2019. It was a 5-game losing streak. The Dodgers win 2 in a row against the Mets, 1 in 10 innings. They won both of a doubleheader. The Major League Baseball League adopts Negro League stats. We're going to dive into that in depth. The Mark Davis saga continues. 26-year-old IG model. Is she pregnant or not? And who is the father? The Texans extend Nico Collins with a hefty payday. And Billy Napier comments on Jaden Rashad's lawsuit. Plus, our top 10 NFC QBs debate continues today. Smitty and I But before we begin, my wonderful co-host, Ball State legends, Naptown's finest, 317 Far East Side great, and AR5 defending, Lamar Jackson loving, LeBron hairline having, Fox Sports very own, Big Smitty.
Yeah. Cut it off, Bailey. We here, we back. What's going on, JB? We live, baby.
Bailey, can I finish the introduction first before you bring this fucking song on so I don't get cut off, you fucking slapdicks?
That's my music. Right. That's how we do it.
Shit.
Transition. That's the transition. It's smooth. Don't be hating on Bailey. Don't listen to nothing he just said.
I like Bailey's production, but can I hear myself talk, fuckers? All right, let's dive into this show, Smitty. Bailey's done a lot of work behind the scenes here for the show today. We got a lot of graphics, a lot of things going on, a lot of top 10 quarterback talk. But I got to dive right into it before we do the quote of the day. I got to dive right into the Negro League stats being adopted into Major League Baseball. Here's my take on it. I got to ask you, Morgan Freeman made a great point one day. Morgan Freeman said, I don't want Black History Month. We should be, why is it celebrated 1 month? Why are we like some separate, it's like some ostracized creature. What? Right. Why you get a month? It's normal. Just fuck. It's human. Just every day is normal. It should be a normal thing. We're adopting this like a backhanded slap, in my opinion, as now we're giving the Negro League a bone 75 years later. I'm trying to figure out why this is now, and if they do this, in my opinion, we had a lot of American players, Black players included, that played over in Japan that had a lot of stats as well. Japanese baseball is known as to be really, really good. Our rival as far as talent and what they do. We've seen the great players that have come over from Japan. Those stats going to be adopted next? That's my question. I don't know, but it's going to be interesting. I don't know what your take is on this, but I think it's a backhanded slap in the face.
Yeah, man. When I first saw it, initially I was like, okay, that's good, that's positive. But I gave it more thought. I'm like, it's like a little too late, almost. You know what I'm saying? It's like at this point we kind of just know what the record book is, and there's certain records that's been held for in MLB for so long, and there's certain separate records that's been held in the Negro League for so long, and it's almost like let's just educate the world more about the Negro League and highlight the players who were special and who paved the way. Let's highlight it more. But I don't know if it's necessary to combine the stats, because it gets a little hairy, because you're in essence, you're almost like you're bringing in a separate league and combine to another league. Imagine if, and it's probably a poor example, but you don't understand what I'm saying. Imagine if in football, let's say the UFL takes off or the CFL just blows up, and then out of nowhere they're like, you know what? We're going to combine the CFL stats to the NFL stats and just put it together. And it's like,
my boy Spree's son-in-law or stepson, plays baseball. He got a shot in Major League. He was drafted by the Yankees out of high school, out of Long Beach Poly. Then he went over and played in Japan, played in some other places. And his father played in the Negro League. And I was talking to Spree about this last night. And he was like, yeah, they hot. They don't want the Negro League to be associated with Major League Baseball.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
They don't want the Negro League stats to be separated. It was its own league. It started the league. It started off like its own, this is the thing. And people are saying that Japanese baseball has nothing to do with Major League Baseball. That sounds stupid as shit to me. The players that played over there play here. Ichiro, Otani, all those guys. Ichiro played in Japan for how long prior to coming over to Major League Baseball? So what is the difference between the Negro League stats being added to Major League Baseball stats and Japanese stats by a player that played in the major leagues? It's the same fucking concept. So, if you're going to add stats from one league to another, then you're going to add stats from those other leagues in. Those are still players that played in Major League Baseball. So to me, the Negro League was its own entity, its own league.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
League. Japan's its own league. And then Major League Baseball is its own league, obviously. There's leagues everywhere. I just don't know why we're adopting stats. Because then if we are, then we need to adopt Ichiro, all these Japanese greats that came over and had long careers in Major League Baseball. I don't know, man. It seems like it's weird. I think that Negro League players are actually hot.
I probably would be too, low key, because like you said, like that was a unique moment in time, and these are like some of our most historical, at least in the Black community, historical, figures, on the athletic realm. And like I said, to start off my take, I would rather us just highlight the league more, talk about it more, talk about the players more in that league, talk about the stats and records that they broke in that league. But to combine them, it's just gonna cause a lot of just whispering behind the scenes of like MLB players who like, man, why the hell they do this? Why they add these numbers in? And that. Imagine if you the record break, like you broke a record in the MLB, and now today you're now like third or fourth or something because you're adding in another league. It's kind of like, damn, like, and then on the flip side, on the the Negro League side, they're probably like, listen, I want to stay separate. I was the leader over here, you know what I'm saying? Or, so I don't know. It's just, I think their intentions were pure, but it don't make sense. The math ain't mathing really in this situation.
Yeah, sometimes it just
least of alone at this point. Yeah, like
it's crazy to me. I don't know.
They're trying to fix something that like it's been almost 100 years, bro. It is what it is. Like that was that time. That's what it was. Let's educate. Let's know about it, but we don't need to combine it, in my opinion.
Yeah. Let's dive into the quote of the day, brought to you by BetOnline.ag.
What up, man? The real Coach JB here for the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. We got a proud new sponsor, of course, for the second part of the year, and that's BetOnline. Continue to be your number one source for all basketball wagering needs, including pro and college hoops throughout the year. March Madness is here. Join us every Monday and Friday with Jeff Nadu as we will pick them and up-to-minute odds, stats, and trends. You can follow your favorite team's path to the playoffs with in-game live betting, contests, and all the best player props. Experience the world's best wagering platform anytime from your desktop to your mobile device. Head on over to BetOnline today. Become part of the team, and remember to use promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for 50% off plus welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Peace.
Quote of the day brought to you by BetOnline.ag. I will not quit until I am living the life I dream of. That's
Amen
the quote of the day. That's the quote of the day.
Amen to that, brother.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a little discouraged, JB. I'm gonna be real, just in life, just naturally, but you got to keep going. You got to keep going. If you're not where you want to be at, man, you got to just keep going. That's the only option you got, really. Get rich or die trying.
Yeah. Contrary to belief, brought to you by Prize Picks. Head on over there and use the promo code Coach JB. I'm not perfect, but I'll always be real. Contrary to belief. That's all I can give you. I ain't perfect, but I'll always be real. I'm always keep it funky. Poll question I had on there, I had to ask you is, here's what I want to start this with, because we're going to discuss quarterback play today.
Yep.
Who do you start a franchise with? Daniel Jones or Trevor Lawrence?
Ooh.
So the reason I asked that question is, if you haven't looked at their stats side by side, comparable stats, they're almost identical throughout their first few parts of the year. Look at that. Look at that. Bailey's, you ask, you shall receive.
Yeah.
And you can argue that Trevor has had much more talent around him offensively. So, again, I'm just saying, Daniel Jones' stats overall, you guys keep talking all that shit, aren't as bad as you look when you look at it really, as far as the talent he's had around him. Remember, a lot of those touchdowns are rushing touchdowns. And he's a runner. He's an athlete. He can do a lot. I think that Daboll's going to use him in different ways this year, and that's why I'm calling for a big year from Daniel Jones. But listen, it's a shit or get off the pot year anyway for Daniel Jones. He got paid. Pressure is on him. He's going to take it 20 times worse than Dak Prescott and all these other cats because he's in New York, media capital of the world. He's in the New York Giants quarterback, and that is what's going to be this whole debate when it comes down to the season this year. But, like, let's be honest, dog. There's a lot of quarterbacks out there that are getting paid that have not performed. So just throwing that out there. But some get overhyped, some don't. So it's going to be interesting.
It's a good question for sure. You know, people don't realize how bad Trevor Lawrence has been either. You know, outside like really that one, you know, season when they went out there and they came back against Justin Herbert and the Chargers and got that playoff win and almost beat the Chiefs. That was a really good year for him. But outside of that, man, Trevor Lawrence has been, you know, really up and down. And again, you could throw out a lot of different reasons and factors. Different head coaches came in with Urban Meyer in a unique scenario and situation that year. And
let me ask you this.
For both of them, but
49ers is the team you have. There's no quarterback. The same 49ers team that they have right now, the roster they have right now. What quarterback you taking there? Of these two guys, who are you taking? To the Niners' current roster.
That's a hell of a question. Damn. I don't know. My gut tells me that Daniel Jones may fit that better because I see a lot of comparisons and similarities between Danny Dimes and Brock Purdy in terms of what their capabilities are. You know, contrary to belief, Brock Purdy can move around a little bit too now. You know what I'm saying? He makes the intermediate.
He's not as athletic as those two. He's not as athletic as those two.
Of course. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say that.
He don't have the arm as these two either.
But just playing style wise, Daniel Jones probably fits a little better. But this is tough. I mean, both these guys aren't that good to me. Overall, to answer your question, I would probably give the slight edge to Trevor Lawrence. I just think his highs to me look better than Daniel Jones's highs. Like when I really watch Trevor Lawrence, I like his pocket presence better. I like the fact that when you look at the numbers, like, yes, total touchdowns. Obviously, you know me, I don't mind rushing touchdowns at all. I'm a Lamar Jackson fan. But when you think about sustainability long term, Trevor Lawrence's total touchdowns, most of that 66 is in the air, most of it. Where Daniel Jones, I don't know if it's half and half. I have to like really break it down, but I'm pretty sure it's a lot of them, which is running, which is cool. But from a long-term sustainability standpoint, you would prefer a quarterback who has more touchdowns in the air. So I get the slight edge of Trevor Lawrence, but it's like they both need to fucking pick it up this next season. Like both of them. To me, Trevor Lawrence ain't got no excuse next year. Daniel Jones ain't got no excuse next year. They both need to like go out here and ball. And I don't care what happens. I'm not trying to hear it. Like, figure it out. Because we don't give really, especially Trevor Lawrence. He was a top pick. He was a guy that was looked at damn near the way we were looking at Caleb Williams, if we being real. Remember, go back to when Trevor Lawrence was still at Clemson. We looked at him like he was the Messiah. We thought he was the next Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck. They were talking about figuring out a way to get him to leave school early, to come to the league and change the rule. It was like, look back, y'all. It was wild with Trevor Lawrence, and he has nowhere near lived up to those standards. Daniel Jones, the standards to me wasn't really high. It was more so like, damn, who's this guy from Duke that these cats just decide to draft this high? And I think for him, it's more so like, okay, you are in New York, big market, a lot of attention, a lot of pressure, and you did show us that you're capable of playing good, efficient ball, good winning football. So once you show us what you're capable of, that becomes the standard. So the pressure for Daniel Jones is, can you get back to at least that standard? Playing efficient ball, not throwing a bunch of picks and not losing the game for your team. So a lot of question mark for both these quarterbacks, if I'm being real. I'm glad they're not in Indy. Let me say that much.
So let me break down Latrell Flowers. He's in the show. He's in the chat. Let me break down Latrell as a player. So when Latrell was a player and in your coaching, he was the kid that was that. The motherfucker never let you talk and finish what the fuck you were doing. And this is exactly who he's become as a grown man. So he is talking about me talking about stats. First of all, I had brought up no stats. Y'all brought up stats with Daniel Jones, 15 touchdowns. I'm making a point that he has 64 touchdowns still total. That's all I said. What stats did I bring up, Latrell? Your motherfucking ass. Latrell's ass he be just talking, dog. I swear to God. Latrell the same. Latrell, you better not be coaching your kids like that, motherfucker. All right, so Latrell's a coach now, so shout out to Latrell.
Latrell. I know you and Latrell probably bumping heads at practice a couple times.
No, I'd be like, shut the fuck up. All right, let's dive into this whole NBA last night. We got a lot going on. The Mavs couldn't lock it down, dog. Listen, I think it's a bad thing in a lot of ways.
Okay.
Number one, I think Minnesota's going to extend the series. Their youth is going to actually help and benefit them here. They gave them a little bit of blood life. And I told you yesterday, you better lock these guys down because it could be a long series. Number two, for Dallas's older team self, even though they got the two youngsters inside. Overall, though, Kyrie got a lot of miles on him. Luka has played a lot of playoff minutes over the last 4 years. Boston's sitting around, Smitty. Boston's sitting around, chilling. They're sitting around. They're going to be off 10 days or more now. And I don't think I like Dallas's chances if they swept. I actually like Dallas to beat and actually play the Celtics really good and really tough. Now, I don't know. Especially if this goes 6 and 7. And I don't know, man. I'm just telling you. But what do I know? I've been telling y'all about Kyrie, man. This ain't the same Kyrie, just FYI. and I think he's catered to Luka too much at times when he's the guy that's actually the most elite ball handler that y'all talk about and how great he is. I think that he should be that alpha. He's got to be an alpha too. They got to have two alphas out there. And I think he caters to Luka way too much. And I think he puts too much on Luka at times. And I don't know if he's reading the room very well at this point. I don't know. So,
I mean, listen, I'm not about to over. I mean, it's a game at the end of the day. I mean, yeah, you would love for a team to get swept, but everybody doesn't get swept. It is what it is. Like, let's not forget this Timberwolves team is in the Western Conference Finals for a reason. They knocked out the champions last series, and he plays with a lot of heart. He's a dog when it comes to his mentality. He's obviously still learning. He's young. But, like, that's a really good team over there. And to beat somebody 4 times straight is just hard to do. So just because Boston swept a Pacers team who didn't have their best player doesn't mean that the Timberwolves were going to just have to do the same thing. Now, what I will say is they need to go ahead and end this thing in Game 5. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be rocking in Minnesota. But just from a standpoint of, like, not giving Timberwolves too much hope, also not to just, get too tired going into the finals. If I'm a Mavs player, you want to end this thing still as quickly as possible. So, ending it in 5, I think makes sense. Because let's be real, going into this series, none of us thought that it would be a sweep on either side. Like, when I say either side, I mean, like, we didn't think the Timberwolves would sweep the Mavs or the Mavs would sweep the Timberwolves. So now that we're here, now it's like, oh, damn, y'all messed up. Y'all should have swept them. Well, we didn't think it would be a sweep anyway. So, like, I don't mind that one game. Think about it. Kyrie played bad. Luka, I know his numbers look good, but he didn't really play his great game either. They didn't have Lively. They didn't there was a lot of things that went wrong, and the Mavs still was in the game and could have easily won it. A few plays here and there, they could have won it. Where Cat had his best game of the series and hooped. Like, so much went right for the Timberwolves, and they still barely won. So that just says a lot to me as far as, like, if I'm a Mavs a player, if I'm Jason Kidd, that's what I'm preaching to them. I'm like, listen, man, like, we played shitty and we still should have won that game. So we go out here and we just play our brand of basketball. Don't overthink it. Let's go out here and let's end this thing in Game 5. So that's where I'm at with it. No team has ever came back from being down 3-0. So am I concerned? If I'm a Mavs fan, should I be concerned that the Mavs won't pull it off and Timberwolves will complete the comeback? No, but still, you don't want to prolong it because, knock on wood, but anything can happen, from a standpoint of people getting hurt. And, I'm thinking more so for the NBA Finals. You want to preserve your players for that series. This series is over. It's a wrap. But shout out to
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards. Shout out to Cat for the heart.
I want to bring up a debate because I think Tatum's overrated. I think Tatum is he's one of the most hyped up superstars I've seen in recent history. That's not a superstar. So the first team All NBA came out, and the 5 players are Giannis, Luka, Shea, Joker, and Tatum. I would take 2 of those guys off immediately, and I think it's all pure, straight popularity. I don't believe those 2 players were better than the 2 players that I have in mind. That's just me. Giannis didn't even play in the playoffs. I know it's an in-season award. I get it, but he missed a lot of regular season as well. He missed a lot of regular season. I think we're awarding and rewarding cats that miss a lot of games nowadays because Kawhi Leonard made second team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. And then LeBron made third team. LeBron played way more games and had better stats than Kawhi Leonard. I don't understand these votes and how they pick these guys. And I'm not even a LeBron guy, but I'm going to keep it real. LeBron had a better season than Kawhi this year. It's not even close. Look at every single statistical category, plus minutes played, plus games played. LeBron trumps Kawhi at every stat. And how is LeBron third team, Kawhi second?
But I don't think, and I'm not a voter, obviously, but I'm assuming that they don't just look at numbers. Because if that's the case, though, JB, why have voters, right? Because like if it was this easy, just look at the numbers. I would just wait to the end of the year. I would look at the top rebounder, top assist guy, top point guy. Look at all the top stuff, and I just put them. The reason why you got actual voters is because you want to have guys who you deem as people who actually understand the game and watch the games heavily, who can see the impact that players are having on that team's success. It's not just about stats. Stats play a big role, but it's not solely based upon stats.
Well,
anybody can do that.
You got to play games, don't you? Got to play. I don't get what we're giving awards for away then.
Yeah, and I think they make that rule. You got to play 65 games to even qualify for it, which I think all these guys did.
Okay, so out of those guys, real quick, and not to stay off.
Yeah, you good.
Who do you take off? Here's who I take off. Tatum, you're off. Boop. Jalen Brunson, you're on. Bloop. It's real easy. Brunson for Tatum, not even close. I would put Sabonis over Giannis. I put Sabonis over Giannis.
I gotta keep Tatum because you got
AD. Sabonis owned AD this year. All the head-to-heads they played in the same conference. The Kings versus Lakers. Go look at Sabonis versus AD.
Yeah, but Sabonis he didn't even have a better season than AD. Just because you play better when you play against him one-on-one doesn't mean that you had a better year than AD. He had a hell of a year. And Tatum, he's the best player on the best team in the NBA. When I say best team by far. So like that's always, you're always gonna get that as the best player. Like you're always gonna get that. His numbers are probably a little down because he has another really good player in Jaylen Brown next to him. Where like some of these other cats, man, like they're ball dominant. They can go out there and shoot 30-something times, 35 times. Their numbers gonna be a little higher. Where the Celtics offense is a little bit more balanced out. But at the end of the day, Tatum is the best player on the by far best team in the league. I gotta keep him there. As great as Jalen Brunson was this year, the Knicks was not fucking with the Celtics when it comes to overall best records and best teams in a regular season. So that's why Tatum don't get a lot of love right now. I think it's like
we're not comparing these two, but I'm putting Sabonis ahead of all these because I'm looking at the head-to-head matchups. Sacramento when they played Giannis, Sacramento when they played AD, Sacramento when he played Sixers. Sabonis actually head-to-head outperformed Giannis, AD, Embiid, and even Joker 2 of the games. And he played less minutes. He had more rebounds, more points, or even mid points, more rebounds, more minutes, and less minutes. Like, there's got to be – why is he getting so shitted on? I just haven't got it.
The totality of the season, JB. The Kings
I know.
The Kings didn't make the playoffs. Like,
I get it. What I'm saying is I don't think playoffs have anything to do with it.
Well, I'm saying like their impact, though. Like, how good was you though if your team didn't make the playoffs? Like,
I mean, he balled all year long. It's not just him. Look at the teams. We're looking at the players that we have in this thing. Look at the second team. Look at the third team. I'm just saying I would take those two off and replace them with Jalen Brunson and Sabonis on my first team. That's what I'm saying. I think Tatum's a popularity vote put in there. I don't believe he's a guy that deserved it. I think Jalen Brunson balled from front to end, and we saw what he did in the playoffs, even though we don't judge that. Look at the dog that he was. Came back out of fucking played with a fractured wrist. Can't wait to go on his show. I'm going to be on his show here soon, and he's going to come on ours.
Yeah. And shout out to Jalen Brunson. Obviously, I love Jalen Brunson and his dog mentality, how he played. But I just think if it's a regular season award and you're the best player on the by far best team in the league, like that's a no-brainer. Like the Celtics were so much more dominant than any other team this year. It was kind of nuts. So it's like you got to give him.
I'm looking at it like I would just be like, I'd take his ass off. I think he's a hype. But anyway,
we're gonna see in the finals, man. If he's a hype, I mean, we call him a hype, but he's back in the NBA finals right now again for the second time in his young career. They won 4 Eastern Conference. That's what I'm saying. I said it before, man, and I get it. Like, would I prefer Jason Tatum to kind of play a little bit more like mean and tough? And yeah, I would, but that's not you. That's not you. At the end of the day, man, like his young career has been phenomenal, man. We can say what we want about this cat. Look, compare his young career to any of the all-time greats' young career, and it's comparable. It's comparable, man, when you think about the success he's had and with the numbers as well, with the All-NBAs as well. When you put it all together, it's like this dude, 26 years old or whatever, and has done all of this. Like, he's done a lot, bro, in like 7 years. So, like, it's hard for me to really, give him too much flack. But he's getting a lot of it. A lot of people just, like, don't like Tatum.
Yeah, I don't not like him. I just
not as a person. I'm saying on the court. Yeah. Like a lot of people just don't like him.
I actually got to Pat and I kicked it with them in Vegas. They're both Jordan sponsor guys, and we got to kick it with them in the Aria High Rollers. Just us chilling for a couple hours, man. Then we went to that concert that night together. He was a cool cat. Him and White, the guard,
Derek White.
They were together. Yeah. And Derek White's brother, another cat that has a fucked up hairline. Let's dive into Nico. Nico Collins gets a bag. So here's the thing I want to break down. Nico Collins, Texans, shout out to him, getting paid.
What did he get? 3 years, $72.75 million extension, max value of $75 million. That includes this is what matters. $52 million guaranteed. So basically, the way I look at it is a 3-year, $52 million deal with the possible upside of 75. That's how I look at it. Guaranteed money. That's big money. That's big money right there. Shout out to Nico.
I don't look at it that way because guaranteed means he has some sort of signing bonus that was included in that they don't even bring up here. So the signing bonus is going to be excluded from this, which will put him roughly, this is how it usually works, like especially with Drew Rosenhaus, who was Antonio Pierce, a lot of guys I know's agent at the time. The signing bonus covers that 75. So basically, if that 75 don't get met and he don't reach that year's contract, that signing bonus is going to cover that or more then. So he's going to get that 75 mil in some sort of aspect of way. I think it's a huge get. Here's my thing. As you know, as this NFL works, it's a year-to-year league now. Unless you're the Chiefs and happen to sustain it for 2 years, you got a generational great quarterback with Andy Reid and all this stuff. Can these teams continue to sustain the salary cap and sign? These guys got another young and upcoming pup here to sign too, in Tank Dell. So Tank's got to be signed soon. They just re-upped the tight end Dalton Schultz. They have, and then you got your quarterback still on a rookie deal in C.J. Stroud. How can you pay all these guys? And that is the new GM's way of thinking when it comes to successful organizations. How can these GMs manipulate the cap and money to continue to make their rosters sustainable? Like the Rams had to go all in for that Super Bowl, and then they took a dive because they knew they were going to lose all that talent and couldn't pay guys. Now they're back up on it, trying to restructure and do things to get back in the hunt in the NFC West. Houston is now in the beginning stages of that. They don't have to sign CJ just yet. They're similar to what the 49ers did. I would ask you if D'Amico Ryans is doing exactly what they did in Frisco with Brock Purdy, because he was there. He got to see Lynch work. He got to see these guys actually operate. This is going to be interesting what the Texans become in the next 2 to 3 years. So it's going to be interesting. But signing Nico, deserving. Tank's next. They also have Mitchie. He's got to perform this year. He's coming off a lot of different health issues and all these things. He's another talented receiver. They got some talent over there that they got to try to keep together. So, and then you got Diggs on a 1 year expiring. So I'm curious to see how they do this in Houston this year. It's going to be interesting to watch as the salary cap moves.
It definitely is, man. I think, you kind of mentioned it. I think teams, their goal is to try to win with their quarterback on a rookie deal because, once they get paid, it takes up so much of the salary cap just by itself that it makes it tough to get other players to get paid around you. So, CJ Stroud had an amazing rookie year. He has 3 years left on his deal. So I think it's just smart. Pay these players right now because in reality, you're actually saving money. You really think about it. Like you pay Nico right now. If Tank goes out there, he stays healthy and balls out, and you pay him immediately after this next season. Pay them quick. Pay them as soon as they show you. Just pay them because if not, you wait along and they end up balling again. And now the market is just doing this, steadily going up. So, in a year or two, Nico's deal is going to look like, just like middle of the pack probably. Right now it's like, oh, my God, next year's going to be like middle of the pack. I remember years ago when like Jimmy G was still playing and for the Niners and he got paid and he was like a top paid quarterback at the time. It was like 20-some million a year. And then like a year or two later, it's just like regular money. So that's just what it is. So I think that this is the way to go. If you're trying to win and trying to maximize your talent, you get as much time as you can while that quarterback's on that rookie deal, and I think that's what they're doing. Smart play. The Texans are going to be it's going to be serious this year, man.
Tank Dell's by the way, I talked to Tank. Tank is fine, and he's already full speed. If you haven't watched him on some of his I
saw a clip online. Yeah,
he's fine, and I know Tank's mentals, and that's not going to affect him at all. It wasn't any type of major. Luckily, he was very lucky. Bottom line is that mentally, you got to have mental capabilities of moving past shit. He is fine. Just trust me. He'll ball this year like no other, especially after injury. He's hungry as shit. He's mad how the season ended, and now he's back hungry as ever. I'm not worried about Tank. I think he'll be the best. He'll be the leading receiver on the team this year, in my opinion.
The leading receiver, okay.
Oh, yeah. I think Nico will be second. I think Diggs will. We'll see. I don't even know if he'll finish the year. We're going to get into I want to bring up something that I brought up on the show. And I don't know if Bailey has it or not, but there's a clip out there of a quarterback that I kind of brought up on this show over the last couple months. And, I said, got my California quarterback goggles on. And I mentioned him a few times. Take a look at my boy Sam Darnold out here dotting them.
Ooh, okay, Sam Darnold throwing a really good ball in practice with no pads on against a shitty Minnesota Vikings defense. I love to see that 7-on-7. Oh my God, with no D-line coming in your face, no people around your feet. Oh my God, throwing the ball on air. Ooh, that looks good. I ain't never seen no pass like that with no pads on and shell with a red jersey on. You can't be hit. No crowd, no pressure at all down the middle. Wow, that's phenomenal. I love that sound. Show it again, Bailey. Oh my God, look at that. Look at the pocket around him, man. He has all day in there. He has all day. I don't see nobody by his feet. I don't see nobody by his feet or nothing. That's phenomenal throw. JB, go ahead. Shout out to Sam Darnold. Hell of a practice player. You need scout team quarterbacks.
Hey, if I would have said that about anybody like Shiloh Sanders, I'd be the biggest hater on planet Earth. It's fucking crazy how that works, don't it? Ain't that crazy? So either A, I rub off on Smitty, or B, y'all just really don't listen to nobody and you just hear people talk. Because Smitty hates on this show more than I do. Just FYI. Y'all just don't listen to him. Y'all don't listen to him. He hates on Daniel Jones. He hates on Sam Darnold. He hates on all the other white quarterbacks. He hates on everybody out there. But y'all don't listen to him. But I'm the hater when I talk about Deion. It's crazy how perception is reality, dog. God damn.
JB said I hate on all the other white quarterbacks.
I love bringing up the hypocrisy of Big Smitty and your chat fanboys. Sam Darnold told you he's going to start. Told you he's going to be the guy. Nobody want to listen. It'll be all right. We'll be all right.
I actually believe Sam Darnold will have a better season than Daniel Jones. So
what?
I actually believe that Sam Darnold will have a better season than Daniel Jones.
Maybe he will. Maybe. I mean, Sam Darnold's is teetering on my. We'll see. I got a top 10 list. So do you. We got a top 10 list later on in the show. So
all I know is there's a couple names that bet not be on your list, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Who shouldn't be on my list?
The last two quarterbacks we talked about during this show.
Daniel Jones. We're talking top 10 NFC.
Yeah, exactly. Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold.
There's 16 quarterbacks in the NFC.
All right.
Oh, I'm telling you right now, Daniel Jones is going to be in my top 10. I'm telling you right now, Daniel Jones is in my top 10. I guarantee you over Caleb. We're going to break that down. I can't wait. He's going to be in my top 10 today. Wait till you see the graphics. He's going to be in my top 10.
If that graphic come up on this screen.
I haven't. By the way, I have not seen Smitty's. I don't look at Smitty's. I don't want to see Smitty's before. But I guarantee you he's got fucking Jaden McDaniels, probably Jaden Daniels in there. You got Caleb Williams in there. He's got fucking – he's going to have every fucking – it's projection.
All I know is when your list full of more rookies on there. Any Danny's or Darnolds on there. That's all I'm saying.
Tomorrow, by the way, we're doing the AFC. So stay tuned because we will drop a graphic of our top 10s today, and then we will dive into our AFC tomorrow. Don't get it twisted. And then you guys judge the list. What list you guys like the best? Put it out there. We'll put a poll question out there. Whose list is better? And then you guys get to vote on it. And then we'll take some calls. We're waiting on calls, by the way. We are going to take calls. We do have a new soundboard for the studio, so we can actually take calls, boom, live into the show. So just hold up on us. And Eddie, don't come in here asking to fucking call again.
You know Eddie can't wait to call. He's been asking this for a month straight.
He might be like the honorary call-in guy.
Yeah, he's going to always call in. He going to be like the Uncle Jimmy of our show.
Yeah, he might be. We'll see it. We're gonna have to do a racial draft to start the football season too.
We got to, because y'all got some more white people. Y'all got a white corner now who's locked down from Iowa. DeJean, like your team might be a little better now. I didn't lost Aaron Donald. He retired, so shit a little different now on the black side. So we're gonna see.
Yeah, I want to show you. I want to. Interlude before I do a rant, before we do a commercial. I want to do a little black people shit real quick.
Oh, okay. We're gonna switch it up a little bit. All right, let's do it.
Can you give us the black people shit?
There you go.
Shit. Black people shit brought to you by Negro League, Major League Baseball stats being added to Major League Baseball. Take a listen.
Get a name for your order?
Angel.
Okay. And what can I get you started with today, Mel?
2 Chick-fil-A sandwich meals.
2 Chick-fil-A? 2? God damn, big back there. What up?
Excuse me. Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
And the other with a cookies and cream shake.
Cookies and cream shake. Okay.
And for the first one, the drink is going to be a sweet tea.
Sweet tea and a shake? Damn. What else?
Polynesian sauce.
Polynesian. That's that shit. I like that shit. What else?
And Chick-fil-A sauce.
Chick-fil-A sauce. Okay. That shit hit too. Okay, what else?
That's it.
You don't want no sriracha? That shit hit. Tell me. Huh?
How did you get this job again? Nothing.
All right, we'll have your food out to you in a minute, all right?
Thank you.
I'm gonna fuck with you. I'm gonna get up with you, son.
Is that you at Chick-fil-A?
I'm gonna fuck with you. I get back with you, son. he said, you want a Polynesian sauce? That shit hit. That Polynesian sauce is good, though.
What sauce?
Polynesian.
Oh, they got Polynesian sauce now.
Yeah, that shit's fire. Polynesian. All they sauces good. They Polynesian good. They Chick-fil-A good. They sriracha good. They damn barbecue damn near good. They buffalo. Chick-fil-A good, man. I know the chicken got some stuff in there now. It is what it is. We can't.
Got what?
Huh?
The chicken got what in there?
It got some synthetic shit in there, but like it is what it is. At this point, you can't. That just happened though 2 months ago. Like to this point, it's been pure, perfect chicken breast.
No, it hasn't. You've been
Yes, it
eating that
has.
plastic. Dog, you got sperm. You got plastic in your sperm from Chick-fil-A, homie. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just throwing it out there.
You got plastic in your sperm too.
Nah, I don't eat Chick-fil-A. Never been.
You go to the grocery store and you buy that chicken, and that chicken got plastic on there.
I buy real chicken. I find the real chicken.
So you say you go grab a real actual bop, 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 bop. You grab the chicken, you twist the neck, you fucking take the feathers off, and you from scratch clean it, wash it.
I let Ash do it. You know, do the thing. I let Ash chase it around, get it, and then that's it.
What's the noise it makes again?
It's like a gawk, but it's not from my side.
Right. Where do you find chickens? Like I'm in the hood, so I got roosters everywhere.
They're all over the hood.
I got roosters everywhere. Like when I'm
Compton, Inglewood, Compton, Watts.
But
you
you're
get
not
them all over
out here though, JB. You over there?
I get them out here too. I'm out here. There's some
you in
farms.
the boonies. You in the fucking.
I got farms out here. There's
when I put up to your house, bro, you got reindeer on the way to your house.
I got farm out here, dog. There's farms. I got chickens. I got turkeys. I got all kinds of. Dog, you know where you are, Monrovia, not too far from you.
Yep.
Have you seen this bear that keeps coming and breaking into this broad's house?
No, I ain't seen that.
Man, we don't have it. It wasn't on the show, but I'm just telling you. There's a bear that's been coming to Monrovia. That's not too far. Like so it has to be coming down San Gabriel Mountain somehow. But it's coming into the city, and it's come to this lady's house, dog. It steals her Oreo cookies twice now. Oreo cookies. And then it got into her fridge, homie. And then it removed the screen door, homie, and went through her house. Like this video, homie, from the Ring camera. All the Ring camera has a now they're scared of the motherfucker moving in, like taking over their house. And now we got bear squatters in Cali, homie.
They got the bear squatters?
We got bears that squat and it'll take your shit too. Plus to the Hamas, you got the Hamases and bears, homie.
I ain't gonna lie though. Shout out to the bear for getting them Oreos. Them Oreos do be busting. Them Oreos be good.
I don't fuck the Oreos.
It's the reason why he came there twice, and both times he got the same thing. Yeah, he's like, Oreos good, mother. Now did he?
Look, he's in Upland now. See, he's moving around. I'm telling you, this motherfucker is out this way. This bear is really smart, homie. This bear is going through people's shit.
He's a bear-steamed bear?
The broad left the garage door open slightly. The motherfucker lifted the garage up, went inside his garage, homie. There's cameras in the house cameras, and he opened the fridge up in the garage fridge and took Oreo ice cream.
That nigga in there, great.
Hey, he got Oreo cookies and Oreo ice cream, homie.
That motherfucker, homie. He grabbed a spoon and shit. He in that motherfucker.
Hey, bears might be smarter than motherfuckers think, homie.
JV, that motherfucker making sandwiches in there, JV.
Hey, bears might be smarter than motherfuckers think. Just telling you.
I love it.
Hey, real quick before I do a rant before the show, Snoop Dogg's in the news because he has a bowl game. And he's going to add NIL to it.
To announce that the Snoop Dogg AZ Bowl is partnering with brands that will help us be the first bowl, you hear me, the first bowl to offer NIL money to student athletes. We will be the first bowl to do that. Let's go, AZ. Let's go, NCAA. Let's go, players.
It's a lot of oxymorons going on in that speech.
Why is that?
Because we say student athlete, we know damn well they're not students anymore. Number two, NCAA is not going to be attached anymore to this whole thing, and we're adding NCAA involved. They're not involved at all. They don't pay shit. And then you got NIL money in Arizona for a bowl game. It's just getting crazy. I'm just telling you, it's getting crazy. I can't wait till we find out what the whole thing is. Before Matt jumps on, though, I want to dive into this just to get your take on it. Jaden Rashad, lawsuit versus Billy Napier. Billy Napier can't really talk. I'm surprised he even said anything. He's come out and commented on why he can't comment about Jaden Rashad.
In the recruitment of Jaden Rashad.
Yeah, so
Thanks, I appreciate the question. Look, I think it's important for everybody to understand that I can't comment due to the litigation, right? But I do have confidence in our legal team. I am comfortable with my actions, and I'm thankful for the university's support.
Okay.
And we're going to keep it at that and kind of let the process take its course.
You've had a lot of positive momentum this offseason. You talked about this a number of times. Does this put a damper on it?
You know, I spent probably 30 minutes observing our team this morning before coming here. You know, we officially started our all-season program for the summer this morning. That's what gives me confidence. You know, I mean, I think
I can't really say too much on here. I'm not really allowed to comment or say anything at all, but I will say this. It all started about last fall, when Rashad wanted to come on, bro. Go ahead, Jenny. Go ahead.
Nah, listen, man. I've known Billy for a while. Here's the thing about it, man. Look, I keep it real. I'm not going to talk about a lot of people too much. But listen, any coach that I have ever met that I talk to privately or know, when they walk into my office and we sit down to shoot the shit privately, no cameras, nothing, and these motherfuckers is like making that shit face, I can't say my Coach Brown, JP, how you doing? You a fake motherfucker, man. It's just so fucking fake. I used to just get them motherfuckers out my office, homie. Yeah, what you gotta make shit face for?
Look at.
Every time I gotta hear you talk, it's always some weird like. Homie, it's like, just talk, dog. That's how they are in person too. And when they're that phony and fake, I can't fuck with them, and I booted them out.
Where do they learn that? Like, is there a class to like learn how to be fake?
It's the good old boy system that they're in, that they get in when they're young GAs, and they get in the system, and then they understand how to manipulate it. Because if you watch their teams perform and you see how players react to them, you'll see that there's literally something missing. And you saw the clip that went viral on my TikTok and other things, that when the receiver slapped the motherfucker's hand off of him and slapped the receiver coach hands off of him during the game last year, and I put it on a video out there, and you got this Florida shitbird who they're holding back, and he fucking slapped the coach's arm off and went into the game.
Yeah.
It's always the same coaches, dog, that have that happen to their program. Like, it blows my mind, man. It really does.
Man.
We're going to take a 4-minute break and bring Matt in.
Let's do it.
Take a 4-minute break. I'll do a rant after the next commercial. And we'll bring Matt in right after this. Matt will be on at 4 minutes, 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Central or Mountain. And we got a lot to dive into. Stay tuned. We'll see you in 4. Coach Yo, the head women's basketball coach of the Ole Miss Rebels. Clap it up. What up, Coach?
Nice to meet you, Coach.
It's getting ready to be a shift. If you're not okay with these players having some power, you got to get out the game. Straight up, or you're going to get ran out. I'm very particular on the type of kid I go after. Like, if they come in the door, I need this. I'd be like, all right, see ya. I'm still old school in the fact, like, I want the players that got a chip on their shoulder. I want the players that someone said they couldn't do it, and they ready to show the world they could do it. You know, I want the players that want to be coached hard, because they're still out there. There's a narrative. And yes, the game has changed. And, you know, some people say they're soft. And yeah, and that's true. Like, we came up different. Like, let's just keep it a stat. But there are some kids out there that still want to get it out the mud, still want to work, still want to grind. And that is where these coaches are messing up, because they're really not evaluators for real. Come on now, JB. You was getting kids from.
People don't know, Coach. There was like, okay, I get 30 D1 transfers a year to come back to me, which used to be the portal, right? JUCO was the portal before what is created. Now JUCO is going to probably implode, unfortunately.
I want to speak for the coaches. We are not complaining that people are getting paid. The issue is this. When I came to Ole Miss, I was the lowest paid head coach in the SEC. I ain't had no problem with that.
Yep. Grind.
Done anything. As I started to win, I started saying, hold up now. Such making it.
Wait a minute.
But I earned it.
Yep.
The problem college coaches have with these cats is you ain't earned it and you talking about NIL?
Thank you, Smitty. That's what I'm trying to tell this youngster every day.
Now, if you earned it and you are All-American and you see, because here's my philosophy. Everybody knows it's public knowledge. I'm $1 million coach, right? So I ain't get that on my own. My players did that.
Right.
Yeah.
So like all my players got NIL deals. Shout out to the Grove Collective because we all got to get paid up in this.
Right.
You know, because the days of this ain't slavery, this ain't.
And there's money.
It's money. So they all getting the NIL deals. They all being taken care of. And that's how it should be.
The University of Colorado, your near and dear alum, had their first team meeting. Yesterday. They had their first team meeting, Matt. We're trying to be calm. They had their first team meeting yesterday. And the two spearheads and figure face of the show program, Jaden Sanders and Shiloh, were in Paris doing a runway walk. Do you think this is conducive to successful behavior in winning a Big 12 title and going to a bowl game? I just want to know what you thought of the construction worker, Jaden Sanders, and the camel-wearing baby oil, Shiloh. Please give us your thoughts.
God, classic, all-time classic video. Went viral for several reasons. Bring Matt in, man. Smitty's probably taking a shit. Matt, new co-host of the Coach JB Show. Matt, what up, Matt?
What's happening?
Man, same old shit. How's Memorial Day weekend?
It was solid, man. I can't complain.
Yeah, I didn't do really much, man. I went to San Diego. Memorial Day itself, I stayed home solo. No AE, no nothing. Cooked me a few things, and then that's it. Just chilled.
Nice.
The dogs, no drama.
Hey, and if you need another co-host, I'm your guy. I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. We got.
In the competitive world of football, I'll take Schmitty's job quick.
Hey, I always got new co-hosts willing to come on every day. Like, so I know you're busy. So yeah, so when Smitty goes on another fucking vacation, maybe Matt will co-host for a few days. So that would be huge. I'm just saying we got to get it in. Hey, I got to ask you. There's this video out there. Snoop Dogg just got a bowl game.
And the Snoop Dogg AZ Bowl is partnering with brands that will help us be the first bowl. You hear me? The first bowl to offer NIL money to student athletes. We will be the first bowl to do that.
I said it was like an oxymoronic statement because, first of all, we got to stop saying student athlete. These motherfuckers, coaches don't give a fuck about your student GPA. Players don't give a fuck about going to school. We don't care about being a student. Let's keep it real. And then we mentioned the NCAA. NCAA ain't paying nobody, so why are we even mentioning them? We're about to get rid of them. So it's just like, it's kind of oxymoronic.
Well, aren't the schools paying the kids now?
Not yet. But
they are. Like, isn't that the legislation that just got passed? Like, there's no more.
That's not what I'm reading or what I'm hearing. I've had these conversations with a few folks. Here's what I understand what it's to be. They're going to pay back. Apparently, they're going back in time some years, and they're going to pay the $2.7 billion is paid out from what the schools coming from revenue from TV and other ways, they're going to pay back money to whoever. Now, how they figure who gets paid, that's going to be a whole nother discussion here in a minute when we have that come up. And then now the discussion is revenue streaming from this point on for this new era of player. That is what's still in discussion in illegality or litigation, etc. So they still haven't approved the actual, are we getting money from TV contracts? Are they getting money from schools as employees? But I will say this, Matt and I discussed this 3 years ago on this show, Smitty, before you got on, that we discussed Matt's whole thing was a union. I was like, nah, I don't like it. Matt was like, let's do a union. And now you see all these fucking shitbirds out here trying to create unions, like ex-players, ex-agents, all these fucking.
Why you calling them shitbirds?
Because they're street agents.
Because we need somebody big time to run the players union. I can't do it. Some ex-player that played for 8 years and has a name in his community, but that's it, can't do it. Like, we need Nick fucking Saban to be the head of the players union, or like, I know he's a coach, but we need, like, if you put him in charge, he will have the players' interests in mind. He won't be coaching them anymore. He'll be representing them. So we need somebody that knows how to fight with the NCAA and the coaches and that can fundraise too. Like, that's a huge part of being the head of something is fundraising. So,
like, let's be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Pete Carroll, Nick Saban, somebody like that goes into these. Let's be honest. These white folks that got these billions of dollars and say, "Hey, I need that money." If it's a 3-year ex-wide receiver that nobody really knew goes in here, he ain't getting it. And that is to keep it funky. That's just how it moves. That's how these cats move. We already know. Look at the owners in the NFL. Not like they're not all fucking same color. So it's like, come on, man. Let's keep it real. So I'm just trying to figure out like how we have all these guys now, all these street agents, Smitty, who run 7-on-7. That's what you're seeing right now. They're trying to come out with a players union now. These absolute nobodies. So it's just funny to see that shit. Like, I'm telling you, bro, they will. The vultures come out when the blood is on the floor. I'm gonna just tell you right now.
Well, look, I guess you could consider me a street agent, but I do it a little bit differently. I don't run 7-on-7 teams and shit, but we do run a massive facility that feeds.
Yeah, but that's not a street agent. You're a trainer and a teacher. There's a difference because you're not pushing guys to some school. You're not pushing guys to one particular school.
I also have a base. Like,
that's what I'm saying. These guys move around.
No offense to everybody that like facility jumps and everybody that works out on a field, or like if you're paying a coach and you have to bring a snow shovel, that's whack as fuck. Like that's not cool. If your coach doesn't have a facility, doesn't have a fucking home base, doesn't have a film room, like, you might as well go to his basement and eat pizza and shit. Like, what are we talking about? So
it's funny, man. It's funny that you said that.
We got to be really careful who they put in charge of this shit, bro, because you put the wrong guy in charge of this the first time and it'll never work. Like, we need the fucking Jimmy Hoffa real bad.
Yeah, it's fun. You know, it's funny you say that. There's a video. There's a video of some world-class wide receiver trainer. I've never heard of him. Who had CeeDee Lamb and the receiver that's known to be a comedian already. For
the Bills.
Yeah. So this world-class trainer, who?
Keon Coleman.
Yeah. Keon Coleman. He was working them out, and it's funny you just broke that down. They're on like some dirt-ass fucking ground,
some busted-ass field, yeah,
out in the middle of fuck nowhere, and it's like, damn. You don't have a legitimate like indoor or some sort of turf or some sort of fucking, you can't go to fucking University of Houston's facility and tell them who you are to get a fucking real field with two NFL players. CeeDee Lamb just signed a big deal, didn't he?
I mean, but look, let's also be real. Yeah, I mean, they could be in someone's backyard right there for all we know. And look, I don't really care that they're out on some field. Everywhere is just some field.
Yeah.
Just don't step in a hole or break your fucking leg because you're on some shitty field. If you are in the NFL, which you are. I don't really have a problem with that part. I guess when you look at this whole thing, like when you're working with professionals, you have to understand that professional athletes are cheap as fuck. They don't want to pay for training. They don't want to pay for supplements. They get everything for free. They get into the NFL and they ride the wave of being in the NFL. Very rarely do they put in work. Very rarely. And if they do, it's extremely laid back and like super off season. I got to get my body right. And I respect it. An 18-game, 17-game season's a lot. I get it. I understand. All I'm saying is there's so many guys who get there and like shut it down. And you get really shitty versions of NFL players that don't really work that hard. So at least these two are out working and sweating.
You know me.
But I will say this: NFL guys
will
not pay for work. They won't do it.
Yeah.
They'll go out and like
Well,
half-ass.
I think they depend on their agents. They depend on their agents to pay for it as well. You know that. So
not when they get paid. Not when you get in. When you get in, there's no more agent involved.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I don't mind the field. I don't mind the shit field. But when your field's like that and it's shitty, as an owner or coach of the franchise you play for, I'm worried.
Hell, he's slipping and shit. Yeah,
this is a baseball dugout. Yeah, baseball dugout and shit. And I'm like, dog, this is a fuck, man. Let's get to some turf or something where I know.
I like this shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know. It's something about me. I like it because to me, it's keeping you like in that zone, in that mode. I feel like sometimes
you get in the fucking zone until you slip and tear your shit up.
Hey, but that can always happen. We
Yeah,
saw
well,
so
it can
many
definitely happen.
Achilles
Hey,
tears
run the
in the
clip again and show
NFL.
me the first clip of CD Lamb slipping real quick.
I saw it. I know.
Okay, so what are we talking
But
about?
I'm saying
Go
that can
slip-
happen at any moment, any
go
field,
slip
any
on
turf,
$100,000 field. Then
It happens on the Jets
professional
field all the
receiver.
time. MetLife.
I get it. I can understand that. I don't. If you go out and slip and tear your Achilles or your fucking knee up on a $100,000 turf field, okay, at least I can live with that. If your dumb ass goes out and tears your knee up running bases trying to run fucking routes, I'm going to be pissed off at you for running fucking bases and running on a dirt field. That's why you got hurt. That's what they're going to blame it on. Stop with all this like, just because you came from the mud, you got to train in the mud. Shit, what the fuck are we talking about? You're
like that shit, Rocky. That Rocky mentality.
Chickens and eat them.
You saw Rocky had to go back to his core to temper that space.
I've never seen anybody get their ass kicked more than Rocky. Get the fuck out of here.
Get back up though every time though.
Every Italian that I know is like, Rocky. I'm like, oh,
he gets back up every time.
This guy can touch this motherfucker 50 times.
Hey, I'm so glad I got Smitty actually on the Rocky tough side for once. What? Smitty's taking a turn.
I'm sorry, but Rocky's a bitch.
I have no Rocky blasphemy on this show. I have no Rocky blasphemy. I'm a Rocky Rocky is my hero.
Rocky gets his ass kicked more than Jake Paul.
Rocky is my hero. And by the way, though, it is funny when you look at the old like Rocky 71 or whatever when he's fighting the ex-pro at 65 years old, and you see his record. It's like 108 and 61 and 6. I'm like, damn. Rocky fought a lot. Rocky lost a lot. Like, god damn, Rocky. 101.
That's all I'm saying. Like, don't act like Rocky's a fucking undefeated superstar. Rocky got his ass whipped.
It's the heart, though. It ain't about that's the heart that I respect.
Yeah, it's great, bro. Rudy had heart too, but let's not get it twisted. Rudy got one sack, but everybody else ran a train on his girlfriend. So you know they did.
He was offside too.
And he was offsides. They're giving up jerseys. Yeah, right. Yeah, you can take my jersey. I'll take your girl. Shit.
Oh my God.
Hey,
that was insane.
I don't know. I don't know where the show turned. I just
want to go to Notre Dame so bad. Oh my God. And then they pick him to be a fucking Hobbit too. Not cool. So the Hobbit is pass rushing too. Great casting.
Yeah, back to that dirt field. I'm cool, but remember, there's a legendary California trainer that trained a lot of NFL guys named Charlie Collins. He's out here. I know him for a lot of years. He coached Thibodeau for the Giants right now as well in high school. But Charlie always said, do not take a football player to a baseball diamond because diamond bags go into the ground. And what does that create? Holes. And when you have those holes, it resonates throughout the baseball field. And baseball fields have ended more football players' careers than anybody else, anything
There's
else.
holes all over the fucking field. Yeah.
It is. All right, Matt, let's dive into brass tacks here. Colorado is in the news again. I don't know if you noticed.
This is going to be awesome. I can't fucking.
Y'all in the news again, Matt. What the hell is going on now, Matt?
In the news again. They haven't stopped being in the news.
Every day is something, Matt.
Fucking news.
Shiloh Sanders is in the news for filing bankruptcy per Denver West Word. He's facing 11.8. I know. He's not facing a lawsuit, by the way. I want to be clear here. After yesterday's show, Smitty and I had, and I got a bunch of feedback and take and hot and hey, I'm a hater, blah, blah, blah. He actually lost the lawsuit. He already lost the lawsuit. He has lost the lawsuit to the security guard. That is fact. So a judge obviously thought he did something wrong to be sued and then owe the lawsuit money. So that's out there. There's no debate about it. He lost the actual court case.
Wow.
So now I'm looked into his financials. Not that I looked into his financials, but his financials are public record. He has assets of over $700,000. He has 2 cars that are $500,000, and he over the last 4 years he's made $290,000, $323,000, $119,000 just on filed taxes. So he's made decent amount of money for a 20-whatever-year-old kid. So now, no shit. So now he owes a lawsuit for $11.89 million, and then he files bankruptcy. Where are you at with your take just on hearing that part of it and knowing what's going on legality-wise and understanding that because it's a deep conversation, obviously. Smitty and I had a little bit of it yesterday, but we wanted to wait till you got on. What is your take just by hearing that he filed bankruptcy out the gate so he doesn't – basically you don't have to pay that money back is why you do file bankruptcy. So I'm trying to figure out your take on this.
All right. Number one, I'm no lawyer. Let's keep this in mind. Okay?
Michelle is.
Yeah. Number two, I'm not an economist or any of that shit either, so I don't know all the bankruptcy rules. I do know that if you claim bankruptcy, you're fucked for about 7 years. Like you can't get a credit card and shit. Like it's going to be hard to get a home loan, and like you're going to be dodging shit for about 7 years. You ain't got to pay shit back, but you can't claim bankruptcy and keep 2 $500,000 cars and shit. Like they're going to come repo all of his shit, I'm sure. So
if they're in his name,
it's in his name. He's I guess whoever's advising them is smart enough to play the Donald Trump economics game. This is a Donald Trump move. This is, the business is failing, bankrupt that motherfucker. This is a Gordon Gekko move, bro. Like, and I kind of respect it a little bit because this is what people do who get in financial strain. They claim bankruptcy and the other person gets fucked and you don't get anything. Corporations do this constantly to plaintiffs. So now, it's unfortunate because from what I understand, Shiloh fucked this guy up pretty bad and he can't work. And even if we think it's all bullshit and people are money hungry, he did beat the shit out of this guy and he is messed up and he did get a $12 million verdict against him. So something happened. So to assume just because you're a Colorado fan that he's not guilty of something is ridiculous. There's a $12 million settlement against him. They don't just give $12 million away. You got to go through a series of events here. And this happened in 2015?
2015.
So almost 10 years later, it finally gets out.
I think finally with the trial said 2022, and Shiloh apparently missed his his court date or whatever because
he missed his court date.
That's what I'm reading right now. I think.
No wonder you lost the suit. Then you idiot. I mean,
but allegedly they sent it to his old address or some shit.
Dude,
like,
I don't want to fucking hear that. I'm sorry. Time out.
No, I'm not. I'm just reading.
I know you're not. I know
I'm
you're
just
not.
reading. I'm just reading.
You're not his defense attorney. Calm down.
I'm just reading.
I'm not going to go for that shit though. If you're going to play the dog ate my homework, I didn't get it in the mail game. Okay.
Right.
What? Okay, so look.
And there's no alleged no more. Allegedly's out.
Yeah, there's no alleged. This has all happened. This has all happened. All right, look. I love CU, bro. I loved them way hard before all this shit happened with Prime. And you guys, at least you know this, Coach. And your viewers that have been watching for years know. Okay? Anybody that knows me knows. But this shit is, we better fucking win, bro. Because this is not cool. I'm tired of this shit. I have gotten to the point, and I'm going to say this again. And Bailey, you better get this on fucking camera. And if you cut this and don't put it on, I'm going to whip that ass.
Bailey, you're good. I got you.
Sorry to all the Colorado fans and Coach Prime fans for having an opinion that makes you angry and sad, and you're going to cry and type and get so. I'm so sorry that you're mad. But this shit has got to stop, bro. And it's played out, and it's something new every day, and it's not football related. And I don't give a fuck who you say you are. Distractions mount. Distractions mount. And these are not professional athletes. The rest of them, Shador and Shiloh and Travis, they're professional prospects, but they're not there yet. And if they're the tip of the spear, and the spear is always talking about something other than football, with the exception of Travis Hunter, you never hear about Travis Hunter doing anything but football-related activity. It's like I wish Shador and Shiloh and some of these other cats could just follow Travis around and just act more like Travis Hunter. Then we wouldn't have any of these problems. But look, this happened 10 years ago, so I can't really say it has anything to do with CU.
Yeah.
But it is coming out on their watch, so they have to eat it. That's the way this works. And I'm just, please God, win football games. Like 8 or 9 wins and all this goes away. They go 5-7. Oh, I can't believe I'm going to say this shit. They go 5-7, and you might have to look for a new coach. Take away his name. Go 4-8 and 5-7, and lose your best players. And you can't refill the coffers with a 5-star quarterback. If they don't get the kid from SC that they got all their money on, they didn't get the Underwood kid. I'm just saying it the way it is, guys. I mean, what the fuck? If everybody wants to get mad at me, get mad. I don't give a fuck. Get mad. Come see me. 10-0470 South Progress Way, Parker, Colorado. That's in the lab right here. The door's open, homie.
Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Some crazy motherfuckers out here. There's a bear out here that's fucking a smart ass bear. We're talking about earlier. It's breaking into motherfuckers' houses and shit. So I'm telling you that right now. There it is.
No, me and him will get along fine. I got peanut butter and treats.
He's eating Oreos. You got Oreos. He's eating Oreos and shit.
Hey, Matt,
I will send that fucking bear and wear him as a rug.
Let's continue this because it's in depth, and you come out and dropped your nuts on national television. Here's the thing I gotta say. Yesterday I talked about this. I'm a dad. You're a dad. We got kids, and they're responsible for their actions. You and I are accountable for their asses.
Facts.
And if my kid, regardless of the age, did something, and he was 15, and all kids deserve a pass, we fuck up, we do stupid shit. But there are there's malicious intent as well, and
it doesn't work like that. There's just because you're a kid, when you're conscious, when you're 7, 8, 9 years old, and you know the difference between that stove is hot and not, you know not to touch it. When you're 10, 11, 12 years old, and I know because I work with kids all day. And they test you, try and get away with shit. And if you stay on them and they understand there's no fucking leeway for bullshit, they always go down the right road and do things correctly. And then when they're 15, 16, 17, 18, they're fucking adults from a decision-making standpoint. You're maybe not mentally all, the way developed, and you're still a kid, But you know what? If you go out and shoot somebody at 16 years old, you know that guns kill people.
I agree. I agree. Smitty and I had this conversation. My point is, I believe that if it's not, let's say, some malicious shooting attack or some stab, I believe you do deserve a second chance in life if you don't do something that is, we fuck up, we have fuck ups, we do fuck ups. But like, here's the issue though. If my kid's 15, I have to be accountable as the father. And I have to address this lawsuit as the father. And I have to take accountability for my dumbass son who did a stupid ass thing. And I have to take responsibility.
So how old was Shiloh in 2015?
He was 15, and then the lawsuit was done right away, by the way. So just to give you context, the guy sued right away. This isn't just a new lawsuit, a money grab because of Deion. The lawsuit was actually done back then.
This guy got Shiloh whipped this dude's ass. Like, time out. But if an adult, if you let a 15-year-old, I don't care which 15-year-old on earth beat your ass, you probably deserve it. But keep going.
Yeah. So what I've heard a lot of different things.
By a 15-year-old DB. Who the fuck are you, bro?
Well, I've heard a lot of different things. I heard that he got elbowed the second time after trying to take his phone. He slipped on the hallway floor, fell, and broke his neck.
He slipped. I slipped and fell. Yeah, every time I get jumped on the field, it's because the footing was bad.
That's what I read. I read what JB just said. Like, it was like he didn't even beat his ass. I don't know. It's so much fucking rumors. I read that he just literally elbowed him, like JB said, and fucking fell and broke some shit.
So this guy's like the dude. Oh, I slipped.
I think the guy, by the way, I want to say the guy. And by the way, the guy. From what I know, my buddy that's in Dallas and in the youth football world and the recruiting world in high school there, he said this same guy had a youth football program and did funneled a lot of kids to certain schools, like high schools. You know how it is, the youth football guys, the street agent. Mm-hmm. And there's rumors out there that Deion didn't like the guy from the gate because Deion was trying to get kids from another guy that was sending them to this charter school. There's a lot of drama out there. Who knows the truth? But the bottom line is, as the father, my whole point back to circle one, you got to take accountability for this. And I don't know how it would sit on me as a father if I'm allowing my son years later that has the opportunity, who has been making a lot of money, who's been having a pretty damn good life, to just shit on this dude, knowing that this guy is crippled in some way. And I just don't know how I live like that as a father. I'm just going to straight out be honest. Whether it's your blood or not, I get it's our blood. But at some point, right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't give a fuck who did it.
What you're saying is, and I'm pretty sure I agree with you, and I almost guarantee Smitty will agree with this. Deion should have taken the reins of this and solved all these problems 10 years ago for his kid at 15 years old. Yeah, that's
fucking right.
Again, knowing that, because look, people put, and even I did it, when you see this, you immediately think like, oh my God, Shiloh just whipped someone's ass and they sued him for $12 million. But that's not what happened. 10 years ago, something happened. We don't know. Yeah, we're making jokes about it. Matt's out of line. I'm always out of fucking lines. This is the first time you've seen the show, dummy. It happened 10 years ago. Okay. Whatever happened. Obviously, there's a judgment against. But for Coach Prime not to spearhead this and end it and to have it linger for 9 years, that is almost more concerning than the lawsuit, because he will claim bankruptcy. He will not pay this guy. This guy won't see shit. And that's just the way business works, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending on which side of the fence you're on. You can't. The only thing I'm pretty sure you can't leverage against in bankruptcy is taxes and child support. So that means that everything else, you default on a loan, you don't want to pay it back, bankruptcy. That's why you put your business and your personal in separate names.
Yeah,
and separate entities. So if shit went down and something bad happened and I had to bankrupt the business personally, I wouldn't be, up shit's creek digging a hole in the desert to take a dump. So,
and here's my thing though, should he have settled it then? Yes. Should he settle it now? Yes. You still can do it now. You can still check it now. By the way, you're between the three of you, your two sons, from what I saw, bought your ass a $6 million crib, homie. There's something you can do.
Shador's about to be a first rounder if he plays the way he should. Shiloh, I'd say if Shiloh plays like he did last year, which let's be real, on defense, him and Woods and Bentley were probably your best three. That ain't saying much. They were pretty terrible, but they were still pretty good. The Cooper kid was good, but he left. If Shiloh plays like he did last year and he has another good year, he'll go third or fourth, something like that. He'll be a special teams guy for somebody for a year or two. He's a Sanders. He's getting in. So there's ways to make this guy whole. But if you're going to claim bankruptcy and spite yourself to fuck someone else, because that's what bankruptcy is, that's some deep-rooted hate right there. Like you have to really be committed to fucking the other person over if you're going to fuck yourself in bankruptcy, in my personal opinion as a business person.
Hey, Latrell, dog, this might be the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I hope you don't coach football, Latrell, if you're really teaching this type of shit, homie. So this man doing his job. So wait, this man doing his job, Latrell, is not supposed to do his job now, and is supposed to be able to get hit and get crippled on the job, is what you're fucking telling your kids, homie? Is that really what you're doing here, Latrell? Like, are you shitting me, homie? This kid played for me, Matt, and now he's coaching, and I'm dumbfounded by some of his.
Well, let me ask you this question, guys. And I'm not trying to hate on my university.
Yeah.
I'm not. I hate that I have to say this about the school every time, but I have to because we've got so many mental cripples that are now fans of the university. If his name was Shiloh Jackson, would he even be on the team still?
No. He would have got kicked out of that school too, expelled.
He would be on I guarantee you they would tell him to go to the transfer portal or suspend him or something.
I'm talking about back then, though.
Well, yeah, 100. Look, back then, he probably never would have gotten into South Carolina.
Well, what I'm saying is in high school, like, Latrell, come on, homie.
He would have got suspended in high school for sure. Did he not get expelled or suspended either?
You couldn't shoot in high school. It was gambling. You get expelled. You couldn't shoot dice.
What? Speaking of gambling, did you see the snitch at Colorado that put up the video of everyone playing dice?
No.
You guys didn't see that?
No.
Bailey, you got to find this video. The CU fucking news continues. Yesterday, I'm riding in the car with my son, and he pulls up this video of, I guess, some ex-player at CU. It's always the ex guys that can't do it.
Right.
Like recording all the kids in like the common area shooting pool or whatever, but they're playing dice, right? They're throwing and they're playing dominoes and shit, and they're gambling. Something we did.
Everybody shoot dice. Everybody
dice and dominoes and cards all the time, even if it's playing for quarters and dollars back in the day. Because
we ball game flipping coins.
We're still playing. Exactly. I got my Simon check, bitch. $100 on the table.
Here's a tail.
But like my thing is, there are so many snitches in Boulder right now trying to get people in trouble. This is another leak trying to get someone in trouble. They know because we're talking. Everyone's going to talk about it because it's massive news because it's Coach Prime and Shador and CU. So look, dog, just be careful in Boulder because there's snitches everywhere. And I'm telling you, ain't nothing worse than a snitch. Nothing fucking worse on earth than a goddamn snitch. And I'm telling you, when he walks in and he goes, "How do I look, Daddy?" He goes, "Like a goddamn snitch." Get away from that guy.
Right.
Here's the thing
about it. Snitch is in Boulder. Watch out.
It's not even a snitch. It's the guy that smiles in your face and stabs you in the back. That's what they have all over the place. I guarantee you. They don't. All the guys that smile in Deion's face and those kids' face and says, "We want you to win," are also stabbing you in the back. Can't wait for you to lose. Don't get it twisted. Those guys, jealous one's envy is a real thing. Jealous one's envy is a real thing. And these guys are jealous. The guys that either didn't make it, and this goes for coaches too, grown men in the room now, don't get it twisted, especially there's certain ones that got fired or left or quit or whatever you want to say. There's a lot of grown men out there too that will want nothing to see this fail. They want nothing more than to see this fail. So there's a lot of pressure over there, bro. A lot of pressure.
Yeah, there's a ton of pressure, but for everybody that wants to see it fail, like all the morons in the comments that are coming after me for whatever I just said wrong. If it works, does everybody get to line up and like just start kissing ass and eating crow? Because if it works, and say they win 10 games this year and play for a Big 12 title, and Shador goes number 1 and Hunter goes number 3, and like
let me ask you this:
Shiloh goes second round, and then two or three other guys get drafted, and all of a sudden the recruiting class is like they're bringing in transfers from the fucking wazoo and 5-star recruits, and all of a sudden CU is what it used to be.
Let me ask you. Pause right there. Let me ask you this though. Pause in the middle of that. Have you ever in your life, in my 48 years on this earth, whether
none of the CU players are getting drafted? Are these people fucking high?
Whether now we have it amplified by social media and cell phones and et cetera, or not. In my 48 years, I have, because we've always had bullet board material, Matt. We've always used it. We've always had it. Our days were paper clippings, right? Or fucking whatever. Printed them off the internet. Whatever it was in our days. Have you ever seen a newspaper? That's what I'm saying. Newspaper clippings. Have you ever seen though this much of a show actually equate to winning a lot and being successful?
Yes. Florida Gators,
USC, Texas with Vince Young. Like, yeah, the media spotlight on them all the time. Everything's scrutinized. Taking away Reggie's shit. He's got a house, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but that wasn't happening during the season. I'm talking about during the season, not after effect. I'm talking about before the season, and then they won. I've never seen it.
I mean, I've seen a lot of, I've been on teams that have been ravaged by arrests and like guys getting in trouble, but there's the media doesn't like fucking gravitate towards it like it does this for some reason.
Social media, y'all.
Obviously, Miami and the U, they've been going through since they wrote the book on this shit.
Yes.
So they've had to deal with it before. Oklahoma, if you're a big-time program, you probably had to deal with some pretty hardcore negativity in how you recruit, how you develop, yada, yada, yada. This is different because it was brought on by the head coach. He wanted it. He wants this fucking fire. He wants this smoke. He wants the eyes and all the screens and all the faces pointed at him. The problem is if you underachieve and every time something bad happens, you also have to deal with it with the same kind of like clip here. So I'd love for Coach Prime to come out and address this, honestly. I mean, if he's going to address some guy on the internet that calls his kid out, maybe he should come out and address his son being sued for $12 million and like what's going on and how it affects everything, the visual, if he comes out and just tells everybody what's going on, it's over.
I'm glad you said that because that's all I want to know. I just want you got to be a fair cuss in this thing. If you're going to cuss out Johnny, you better cuss out Freddie. And that's what a coach's supposed to do. If you're going to love on Johnny, you better love on Freddie. This is what coaches are supposed to do. And you have to take the good with the bad and the bad with the evil. And you got to make sure you address it face on as the leader of men because you're creating men here. You're creating the man and what to do when you get married and have a kid of your own and not to fucking run and hide from bankruptcies or lawsuits and face the adversity head on. I just don't understand why I don't see anything of coming out and saying, you know what, I'm actually disappointed in my son that he did this. I'm actually not fucking happy about my son tweeting out this. He's the quarterback of the institution. He's my son as well. Like, I just don't see any of that side. All I see is defense of the kids. And I get it. It's your dad, your son. It's your blood. I get all that, homie. But at the same time, it's right is right and wrong is wrong regardless of who does it. And I just don't get that part of it as the head coach. I would like to see more of that from Deion. That's all I'm saying.
Only thing is to my last thing too to that point is that again this did happen 10 years ago. So from Deion's perspective, like I don't know what he's already told Shiloh or what he said about the situation. Like at some point it's like, damn, I got to keep on touching on the same case that happened 10 years ago. Like I would have hoped that as a father he's checked Shiloh and did something about it. I don't know if he did. But I would hope he did that. But
we haven't seen it. I'm saying, show us right now. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. Show us, homie. You ain't. Have you seen
what though? Like show us that you
address it publicly.
No. Show us that you disciplined him 10 years ago.
All
I'm saying is
why are you missing the point? Why are you missing the point?
You want Deion to still like
no. Homie, why do you always defend this motherfucker?
He might need to, Smitty.
I'm asking you a question.
He might need to. He
will
might
defend
need
this
to.
motherfucker no
Like
matter
Bruce spoke
what.
to him again today from shit happened
Hold
10
on.
years ago.
Well,
No,
look,
homie,
if
address the problem right now. Come out and say, hey, guess what? There's literally a video and there's a legality out there on my son. He's bankruptcy. He's filing bankruptcy for $11.8 million to stay away from a lawsuit. Why haven't you seen Dion address the media about that, homie? How are you defending this dude all the time? Why don't you call this motherfucker out when he's wrong?
Yep.
I don't get it. Like, what? We defend this motherfucker at all costs on this show. It blows my mind, but I'm the hater.
Look, I agree with Coach. It needs to happen. He needs to come out, just like I said, then come out and address this publicly in a news conference with the media there, scheduled, correctly done. It'd probably be smart to have Shiloh there too. If you got nothing to hide, then don't hide. And then I'm not advocating that Shiloh gets suspended or anything, but I am saying that regardless of when this happened, this is the first time it's hit the news wire. So in media, as both of you know, the only thing that matters is the day of. The next day is the future, and tomorrow's the past. And I don't care if it's yesterday or 100 years ago. It's all looked at the same in the media world. The past is the past. Can't do nothing about it. We can't go back to it. So we need to move forward. The next story is the most important story. So the fact that they haven't talked about this publicly, they haven't addressed it, there's no news conference, and they're allowing everyone to speculate and just make up their own narrative. Every show across the country is talking about this shit, including us. If you allow people to make up their own narrative, then the narratives run. And unfortunately, when you say run your mouth, that is exactly what the narrative is. So people are running their mouth. We're all right. You're right. He's right. I'm right. No one's wrong. Everyone's got an opinion on it.
Here's where I want.
There's got to be some kind of recoil here, though, right?
This is all I'm saying. I've seen multiple tweets, and so has each one of us, on Dion defending his kids and attacking others that come after his kids. Have we not seen that?
Oh, it's constant.
I have yet to see Dion take the other side as the grown-up and the head coach and the dad and say, my son is wrong, and this is my quarterback, and this is my other son, and this was a wrong situation, and now we are dealing with it. Whatever you may want to say, I don't care. You got PR people. I've yet to see that side, not one time. So we only see one side, and then everyone calls me a hater or we defend him on the other side. Like, nah, I just keep it real. If he does a good thing, I'm saying. If he does Smitty thinks I have a negative connotation. Maybe I do. At the same time, on the other side, I like to keep it real. I just like to keep it real about the thing.
I'm not even saying y'all wrong. Person.
I'm not even saying y'all wrong. I'm just asking, what would that do, though? Okay, let's say Dion just comes out today and say, you know what, my son was wrong. All right.
Okay. It stops it. It stops everything. There's no more speculation. You heard it straight from the horse's mouth. Put Shiloh up there too, and have him answer questions, and just be honest.
And they're also trying to they're also I don't know. I
just want to know.
Go up there together with Curtis Snyder, the fucking PR director up there.
There's money involved and shit. It just is hairy.
Yeah, it's ugly. But you know what's uglier? Allowing the narrative to run without setting it. And I know he may not care about the narrative, but everyone else does.
Smitty, I know you too well, Smitty. You ain't gonna run from this. You ain't gonna run from this, Smitty. If this happened to you, you'd be facing it directly.
First of all, I'm not wrong, but I think there's a good point. Let's be real. Shiloh probably is wrong, is what I'm saying. Right. And what I'm saying is there's like fucking $12 million and shit at stake. So like his legal counsel probably telling them motherfuckers, hey, y'all need to shut up. Let me handle this shit. Do X, Y, and Z.
I mean, that's great, but they're in the court of public opinion now. They're not just in court, so they've got to figure this out. And look, man,
you lost.
I also wonder how big is this news though? I'm not being funny, but I know at Fox nobody's talking about it. So is ESPN on there? Are they blowing this shit up? Like I feel like we're talking about it, or it's big on social media, but in reality, I don't think this thing is that as big as what it feels like.
It's been all over in Denver and all over the radio here. Everybody's talking about it.
You know damn well. You think Stephen A is going to throw Dion under the bus?
I'm just saying. I hear you.
Oh, man.
I'm saying none of those shows.
I will say this.
Nobody's talking about it on the big network.
Even if this happened 10 years ago and it came out, let's just hypothetically.
Yeah.
You work at Fox, right, Schmidt?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You busted your ass to get that opportunity, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's say 10 years ago. How old are you right now? 24? 27. How old is he?
I'm 30.
You're 30. All right, so let's say 15 years ago. 10 years ago, at 20 years old, when you were a redshirt sophomore or whatever, sophomore at Ball State, right?
I ain't redshirt yet.
Oh, whatever, dog. And you say you fucked up, and it didn't really hit national media.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a court case that went on for 9 years, and then it hit while you're working at Fox, and you didn't tell him. Or like it wasn't no one talked about it. Like no one knew about it. Because I guarantee you Rick George didn't know about this shit. This wasn't a topic of conversation when they hired Dion. Because they didn't hire Shiloh. They hired Dion. He brought Shiloh.
Right.
So they would walk in and be like, look, man, probably regardless of who you are, with the exception of a couple people, you're probably going to be put on leave, and we're going to figure this out because this is a bad look for the company.
Yeah.
If it was anybody else other than Shiloh or Shador or Travis, would they be getting, or Horn, who Dion's like a dad to, is anybody else getting this kind of leash? That's all I'm saying. And I, as a guy who, look, I got arrested multiple times in college and kicked out of school and got in tons of trouble, and Coach Barnett let me come back. And I did everything I had to do in order to get my scholarship back and all that shit. I'm not advocating for the kid not to have a second chance. I'm all about third and fourth chances. I want to reform kids. I don't want to recruit them. I want to find the nastiest, surliest prick out here that we literally have to turn into a gentleman, but he can be a killer on the field. That's what I'm looking for. So we're going to have some problems. There's going to be guys getting in trouble and shit. It's just the way it works.
Right.
You're also injecting a bunch of football players into this fucked up bubble up in Boulder, which, woo, it is sure is fun to walk around that town. You want to talk about a little bit of difference at every corner. So I'm just saying, man, in Boulder County, they look at shit like this and they look at it as like a black eye on the school. And they don't give a fuck who's to blame. The whole Katie Nida situation when I was there, I never met the chick once, the female kicker that like got everybody in trouble and everything. It was just in the media and blew up, something that happened 5 years before. But when it came out and became light on it, people were getting suspended and fired and transferring, and we're not going to win a game, and everybody there is a rapist, and nobody got invited to the combine, and it was just bad. So the court of public opinion is a real fucking thing, guys. And in Boulder, Colorado, it is amplified by about 1,000. So I think that it would be very smart to get in front of this if they could. But then again, you know what? If the national media is kind of giving Dion a pass on this one, then you might want to take your mulligan.
Hey, so by the way, this nobody about the kicks. Why do they not talk about Bama, LSU, Georgia, Clemson? Well, show me what to talk about them. Give me the videos and give me all the media that they have out there right now.
If this happened at Clemson, they'd be talking about it.
And send it to us, and then we'll talk about it. And guess what? You know why else? Because it's my show, motherfucker. So get the fuck out, bitch boy. I don't give a fuck what you like. This is what I want to talk about. So anyway, I gotta. This is my whole thing.
Welcome to the Coach JB show with Big Smitty. Motherfucker, leave.
Here's the issue I have. I have no issue.
Don't watch the show. We don't want none of you motherfuckers here.
Listen, I don't have any issue. Like, I want to be clear here. Like, this is a done deal. He lost the lawsuit. He lost.
Yeah, it's over.
Right. Well, it's over.
It's either the bill.
But what I see from the chat and everyone that the prime sexuals, they, regardless, he cannot do wrong. And that is why all I want to bring in is both sides of this thing and say, look, dog, this is the truth of the matter. This is the facts. And this is your opinion. And if your opinion is to defend him, so be it. But don't be mad at my opinion when I call out the truth. Like, that's just what I don't understand. This is facts. He lost a lawsuit. He hurt a guy at 15 years old. The guy sued that same year. He has won the lawsuit, and it is out there. And the kid is on record of having a lot of assets in his name, and he has vehicles that are very expensive, and he's made money, and now he's filed bankruptcy. Those are facts. So I just want to be clear why you can't speak about the facts anymore, because mainstream media is not pushing it. Well, guess why? Because Dion is on ESPN all the time. He's on McAfee and Stephen A., and they're on his sideline. They're doing College Game Day. He's an attraction. Do you think they're going to cut off the moneymaker? No, they're not going to push this on ESPN and social and major platforms. But the little guys like myself will. So that is why we discuss it, because it's in the news more than anybody. Period. There's 5,000 shows on YouTube about Deion Sanders, by the way. So it's not just us and Matt, okay? Matt is there in Colorado, just to give you fucking nobody some clarity. Matt is there. He's an alum from the fucking school the last time they had a great season, and he's there working with their players. So why would you think we're not talking about Colorado?
JB, you ain't gotta explain this every single week, JB, to these people. And don't let this chat get to you. Click on, listen, look to your right. Click on the thing. It says private chat, or click on brand, click on banners, click on one of those options, and you won't even see the comments. You ain't gotta tell these, JB, you ain't gotta tell these folks every week why we do what we do. This is our shit. We do what we want to talk about. If we want to talk about fucking coloring book for the last hour, we can do that. Your favorite color, JB. Let's talk about that for the last hour.
Hey, Bailey, will you take this humongous guy and block him at his ass? He's killing me.
Oh?
This fucking Cheeto covered fucking douchebag in the comments that's just assaulting all three of us. He's typing really fast.
See, I haven't seen him, Smitty. I haven't seen that guy.
Thank you. I love
seen
the block button, bro.
Hey, so look.
Isn't the block button awesome?
Hey. It is. Dan Rafferty, appreciate you being a new member.
Hey, there you go, Dan. Hey!
Hey, Matt.
Hey, coach.
Yeah. Hey, Matt, it's crazy to me.
Hey, Matt.
All right, let's dive into something real quick. Rick George in Colorado news again. Rick George has come out.
Colorado news, sweet.
Hey, Rick George has come out in some Colorado news and and said this.
You just save all the Colorado shit for when I come on.
Yeah.
The only ones that are for you are in this room, in this building, and our fan base. Everybody else against you.
Clean Jays.
You see all the naysayers out there. They got us 14th.
Discipline wins right there. It's big as fuck. Look at that.
In the conference. Figure that. 14th in the conference. That's a sign of a lack of respect. But the only way you get that respect is you go out and earn it.
Why is he reading off the thing?
It's about us. And I believe that you have to have an appetite for hard work. You got to want it. Every day that you come in here, when you go down and see Mo and the team down there, you got to want it. You got to want to win that championship so bad that nothing else matters.
Now, look, be real careful, you two, going in on the man, Rick George. I ain't going to hear it.
I know Rick. I'm cool, Rick.
I'm cool with Rick. Me and Rick.
Be real careful here.
Hey, let me ask you something. First of all, I don't like that he's reading off a thing. I know Rick.
Gives a shit. It's notes, dog.
Because I know Rick well enough, so he should have came in there and been like, "Hey, man, we're ranked 14th. Fuck that. Let's go."
He did.
That's what I want to see. I don't want to see
it's just notes, JB. Shit, man, can't even note. You got notes.
JB, you know he hates notes. As a coach, like you should.
I hate notes. I hate it.
To be here in heart.
You don't like notes. You don't want your players taking notes.
No,
yes, my players.
The coaches
well,
don't know.
I want everybody taking fucking notes, dude.
No,
right
no. Matt's misunderstood.
I'm so confused right now. Why is
JB saying when the coach's approach is talking to the team or like a speech to hype them up, whatever the case may be, it should be like natural. It should be from the brain, from the heart. You don't know.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, but
come on, Matt. Come on, Matt. Matt.
It's a pretty funny thing to criticize, bro. He's the fucking AD.
Here. Okay.
Again, you're really reaching on this one, homie. He looked at his notes like twice.
Do it, JB.
And I'm doing Robert. Do
Robert Saleh.
The crow came down. Make sure you guys understand when the eagle flies, the crow could eat the eagle, and then you get two crows. And then, listen, HBO, I know we're on Hard Knocks. Goddamn. The eagle flew down, and Aaron Rodgers, he was going to stay healthy this year. Get the fuck out of here, man. It's so disinterested. I'm so fucking disinterested when I see a guy with notes. When I see a guy with notes as a head coach or a GM or an AD or a fucking owner, I don't need to see notes. Here's the thing about it. Matt, he said something though he said something that's gonna piss you off though, and I have to piss you off before you leave the show. I want to piss you off before you leave the show so we can get a good vertical.
You can't make me mad, motherfucker.
Here's the thing. He said one thing that stood out to me on his note cards. And what he said was, that should make you mad on blatant disrespect on how they have us ranked 14th. Why? Motherfucker, what have you done? What have you done in Colorado to deserve higher ranking? How are you ranking? Why should you be ranked higher than 14th?
So let's do it your way. You're ranked 14th, and that's where you belong. You all suck. Get better. That's not gonna work.
Fucking right. That's it, Matt. That's exactly what I would have did. Exactly what I would have did. Here's what it'd been right here. All right, guys, listen. They got us ranked 14th. Okay, fucking 14th. 14th. And guess what? I'm going to give them a big shit fucking sandwich that we're ranked 14th. You know why we're 14th? Because we ain't done shit yet. We ain't busted a grape in a fruit fight yet, motherfuckers. So how about you fucking get off your soap story and feeling sorry and get your motherfucking asses ready to go win the goddamn conference. Now let's go and go. Yeah! Yeah! That's what they would have did. Fucking book.
Got y'all ass beat when they got your ass beat game 1 going against Ball State in Matt's Colorado.
Look, I personally think that Rick George is a G, and I love him, and he does a great job. He's not up there to hype everybody. He has been there forever though, and seen greatness. He was part of the staff when they won in 1990. So
that's a dope name, Rick George.
He's been around, bro. Everybody knows Rick. So I think that him using a notepad or whatever, if that fires you up, then okay, if that's what hill you want to die on. But I think he's actually done a really good job, and I don't have a problem with this at all.
No, I have no issue with that either. I was fucking around, but I'll
tell you this, bro. I don't know if I've ever been more nervous for the start of a season in my entire life.
Yeah, I'm talking about the fact that he
North
said
Dakota State is scaring the shit out of me.
I understand,
but fuck, it's crazy.
My whole thing is that he mentioned we're 14th. That's disrespectful. Well, you haven't done nothing to be not 14th.
But it is, if they rank whoever they rank at 14th, you're going to use the disrespect card, of course.
Yeah.
Especially when you've got good players. So pretty much what they're saying is there's like 3 or 4 good players on the team, and the rest of you motherfuckers are terrible. That's what
it's also you're in a new league. So that's the other thing about it. Like,
they're in a new. I guess I have to remind everybody of this. They're in a new league, but CU's been gone out of that league for like 15 years, and as of today, with Texas and Oklahoma leaving, of course.
Yeah. Hey Bailey, what's the ranking?
They've been in more Big 12 title games than anybody in the conference.
Matt, do you know the rankings actually?
For what?
I'm just curious to see what the other Pac-12 schools are ranked.
No.
Bailey, do you know?
I don't pay attention to any of that shit.
I don't really matter right now.
I don't care what some nerd says about
No. Listen, rankings mean shit. By the way, they ranked me 8th the year we won it all, and they ranked me 1st, and we finished.
Yeah, we were just talking about like my senior year. We had guys picking us to go 0-12 and shit, and we won the North and played for the Big 12 title. So these guys don't know dick. It's like everyone ranking all the NFL stuff right now. The best receiver core and the best this and the best that's like
right. Like you got cats like ranking like the best like quarterbacks and like the
like I want Dallas and Minnesota to keep. I just want Minnesota to keep winning, so I got something to watch.
Right.
Like please win game fucking 5, so I got something to watch.
Yeah. Hey, UFL rankings are higher, but no one's going.
I will say this though, I'm glad you brought up the UFL. Pretty good football, bro. I mean, some of these games have been really fucking, just slobber knocking. Guys are knocking the shit out of each other. They're playing hard. Kids seem like they really appreciate the opportunity. There's people at the games and shit. I'm gonna definitely watch playoff games. I'm kind of excited about it.
Yes, sir.
They got
I got the body bags going to San Antonio, the Brahmas, and the body bags going to Birmingham, the Stallions. So we're in the UFL now, bitch. What?
Shout out to
so
you.
They got K-State 1, Utah 2, Oklahoma State 3.
Woo.
They got West Virginia 4 and Arizona 5.
Gonna be nice.
West Virginia 5. Iowa State 6. Kansas 7. I think that's way low.
I think Kansas and Arizona should flip. Arizona's going to fall off.
TCU at 8, Texas Tech at 9, UCF at 10. I think they'll be better than that. And then Colorado's 11, Baylor's 12, BYU's 13, and Arizona.
I think
State,
CU should probably be between 7 and 11.
And Arizona State's 14.
They got to show it. They got to show me something. But they've got talent. It's just a matter of can you go play.
I like 7-Eleven too. That's one of my favorite spots to go to.
Matt,
I'm just really excited about being back in the Big 12 and playing Big 8 schools again and being in the Midwest. No offense to the Pac-12. I will say this, like I'm doing my show at 10. Coach Shiverini's on, Darren Shiverini. He's the head coach out at Northeastern now, a D2 school. He has one or two good years there. He's going to
Yep, for sure.
Did he lose us?
No, I can hear him. He's still talking. Yep.
Oh, he's frozen on me.
Yeah, that's true, Matt. See, the thing about it, Matt, too, is that like I agree. Like he wins those like two good seats. No, I'm just playing. I can't. He's frozen on my end too.
Oh, motherfucker!
There you go. He's back now. He's back.
Oh, hi.
You froze for like an hour.
Smitty just runs. He thinking he's clipping that shit. This motherfucker was frozen, and I was like, "How are you hearing Matt? I can't hear him."
Man, I lied and said I can still hear you on my end. I kept the conversation going. I'm a bad motherfucker.
I'm on at 10 a.m., 0 to 60. Come over, watch the show. Darren Shiverini's on today. The show with Coach Reed last week blew up. We had a ton of eyes on that, like 13,000 views the last time I saw, so that's pretty cool. And we'll be back on, Friday with you?
Yeah. I'm texting Chev right now saying don't go on your show. And then I'll see you on Friday with Chev. I'll have Chev on Friday. Hey, Chev FaceTimed me on the fucking road recruiting all the time to have me talk to
He's a fucking man, bro. I really think that he's going to kill it where he's at. And it's just a matter of time before he gets a group of 5 job. And it's just a matter of time before he gets a Power 5 job. So I really think he's one of the up and coming. And look, Coach Shiv had to go through a lot of shit in his coaching career to get to this point. And he had to humble himself and take jobs that I guarantee you he thought he was higher than in order to, JUCO and now at Northeastern to go and show that he can build programs and do it the right way, man. And I'm really excited for him, bro. I think he's going to do a great job. So I'm excited to have him on at 10. We'll be back tomorrow as well on 0 to 60 at 10 a.m. And then Friday we'll be back at 8 here and then 10 a.m. there. I got graduation today, bro. I'm old as fuck. My son Nicholas is graduating 8th grade today. So really excited about it. We got the ceremony this evening, and
y'all cooking? What y'all
doing? Just go out to dinner and shit. He got a 4.0 grade point average.
Ooh, shout out to Nick.
Sometimes I gotta just say I gotta look at my ex-wife and just give her a high five and be like, "Hey, good job, man. Thank God your brain's involved in this shit."
Hey, by the way, it ain't bragging if it's true.
Hey, motherfucking men. Amen.
Sometimes you gotta talk your shit. Shout out to Nick, man.
So
he was cool.
Pretty excited about it, man. It's gonna be I don't know if you guys saw that clip of what I put up about him running with the ones.
Yeah.
Did you see that? So if you can go watch it, it's on all the social media feeds. But on Thursday or on Tuesday or whatever last week, we had our last mini camp, and the first day he ran over with the C team because he's a freshman.
Yep,
and the second day we're all running over there, and he turns and runs right back by me. And I'm like, where the fuck are you going, man? And they told me to go with the varsity, and I'm like, already? Took one day, walks over, and they're like, McChesney, left guard. Put him with the ones. He ran probably 30 straight plays, didn't screw up once, out there pointing and fucking screaming all the fronts and shit.
As a freshman?
As a freshman, second day. And I'm just sitting back like, yo, this is I've worked with a ton of guys, bro. I got a ton of pride in the guys I work with. I love them. But it sure is different when it's your boy. So, man, it's pretty crazy. It's really come full circle here, bro. So
I'm gonna get my girl.
I'm not trying to take any time, and sorry for everybody for getting off.
Hey, stop. Hey. This your last time apologize on this show. No more apologies from Matt.
No more sorries?
Not from you. Cool. You use all of them. Talk your shit and live and stand by it. It's what it is.
Well, damn fucking sorry, Matt, you pussy.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're talking about Colorado, Matt. Don't talk about Colorado.
Yeah, no more talking about CU, Matt. And make sure if you do, we get some cradles for everyone's bulls.
And don't use no notes when you do talk about them either.
And no fucking notes. No notes. Nope. Fuck notes. Everything off the cuff. Your cards are backwards, dummy. There you go.
Appreciate you, Matt, man. Hey, make sure y'all tune in.
Have yourself a great day, boys.
We're going to see you Friday, my guy.
Peace.
Hey, fans of the chat, man, make sure y'all don't go nowhere, man. Go make you a quick fried bologna, egg, and cheese sandwich and get you something to drink and come right back because I'm about to cook JB. Top 10 NFC QB list is coming up next. You don't want to miss it.
I don't know if you've seen it, but in Seattle has something going on with the judicial department.
Let me check on that.
So we were talking May 6th, 8:45?
Yeah.
That works for me.
All right.
Do I need to sign anything?
No.
I'm just out of here. My comment about my client? Yeah. I just met her. She's really nice. She's really smart. She sounds like she's got the right idea about things. I really support what she's up to, and I think it's fabulous. How about that?
God, she's accused of, what is it, criminal trespass?
In the first degree, yes.
Is she innocent or guilty?
She's innocent, of course.
She's innocent, okay. Well, she's caught on video being arrested and protesting and allegedly protesting. So I'm trying to get all sides. So
my client has pled not guilty. My name is Stephanie Mueller. I'm in the directory for the Washington State Bar Association.
Its name is Stephanie.
What was her voice? What was her voice so deep?
Its name is Stephanie. This is why women cannot coach men in the NBA, Smitty. This is what you have to understand is what's coming down the pipe, Smitty. This is why the women cannot be the head coach. Let me retract my statement. Women can coach in the NBA, and I think they should. They're very capable. I don't believe a woman should be a head coach of men in any sport because of situations like this. The delusion is flooding our brains. The delusion is flooding our brains. Did you drink? Are you okay? Because you had a lot of drink there. The delusion is flooding our brains. Did you see that motherfucker's nipples? Motherfuckers was hard as shit.
Bro got triple Z's.
But look how the nipple just poking out like it's like a laser beam.
It can shoot out of him.
There's no way I could call that thing Stephanie.
If she put her hands on you, like, what would you do?
I choke the shit out of it. I'm just saying, dog. Like, imagine Smitty, real shit. Like, I've been falsely accused of things, right? I'm sure we all have. But legality-wise, criminally, I've been accused falsely. Mm-hmm. And I had to say, fuck no, I ain't pleading to shit that I didn't do, which I did. And, of course, I won clearly, no issue. Here's the problem I have. Imagine come out of court and that motherfucker greets you as your public defender. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Well, my name is Stephanie, and I'm here to get you off all fucking charges. Are you ready to? Are you ready to fight this good fight? Motherfucking titties is out in your face. Motherfucker got titties and nipples. Hey, my name is Stephanie. I'm ready to fight the good fight. Are you? I'm also ready to fucking club the fucking offensive tackle and put that motherfucker in the QB's lap. Are you ready?
Why you sound like a superhero? Why'd your voice sound like a superhero?
Did you hear that motherfucker? Homie, did you hear the fucking voice? I mean, it's unbelievable. Just reenact this with me. Like I'm walking out, okay? I just got fucking horrible news. Jason Brown, please stand. Yes, Your Honor. We are charging you with the felony accusations of ABCD. How do you plead? Not guilty, Your Honor. Please be your arraignment will be set for February 21st. Please go outside, meet with your public defender as what is it? She is awaiting you.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Okay, I'm going to walk out. Bailey, cue it up. Bailey, show what I'm walking out to. I'm walking out to court. I'm walking out to meet my fucking public defender. And what is your name, sir?
She sounds like she's got the right idea about things. I really support.
Excuse me? What? 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 Judge, convict me now! Please take me to jail! You think that's Shiloh's attorney?
Say it again.
You think that's Shiloh's attorney?
Stop. That's why he lost the case so fucking quick.
You think Shiloh hired that motherfucker?
That's probably why he lost.
Take me to jail. Throw away the key.
Lock me up.
Lock me up.
He said, I ain't scared of
Shit. I'm trying to tell you, dog. Trying to tell you.
JB, man, what you got going on rest of the day, man? It's Wednesday. What's your plan? Before we move on, before I start cooking you, let's start with something soft. What you got going on rest of the day, man? You got some plans? AE coming over. You got work. Walk the chat. Walk the people through the rest of your day starting right now.
I might have to go out to the studio, pay the fucking rent that you haven't even shown up to fucking do any shows in. I might have to go pay the second month of rent on there since we ain't even been in the show, by the way.
We should just find a way to just start using it now. Like, I just fucking, I don't know.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if we can set it up. I got the cameras and shit, but I have no idea. I got to wait for Enoch.
Where's Enoch at?
Yeah, Houston.
What are you doing in Houston?
Man, I'm supposed to go to Houston this weekend with Pat for to live. And then Nashville for Father's Day. And then Pat and I may do a double show with Caleb Presley Sunday Conversation in Nashville.
Ooh, that's gonna be fire. It sounds like you're gonna have to take like a week off from the show, sound like soon, and then like use that before we come into the studio.
Nah, and then if I do that, I just don't know if I'm doing it. And then Shaun Salisbury and I are doing some things again. And then we'll have a Sunday football show with Jeff Nadu, Shaun Salisbury, and myself. We've confirmed last night we're going to do a Sunday NFL pre-game show during the football season. And then I'm doing some other things with Shaun Salisbury. Shaun Salisbury is in Seattle. In Houston. And he's in the Pro-Am this weekend. Not this weekend. Next week in Houston with Pat and stuff. So I've introduced Shaun and Pat. They hooked up. Shaun came over to Pat's house with us one day or for about a week, and so it's gonna be interesting. We'll see what we can do. If we could do that, I'm thinking about going to Nashville if I do the show with Caleb, just to like promote this show.
You need to go on you need to go on that show. I've told you that before.
Yeah,
it'd be huge for you, for us. Like it'd be a big deal, especially if you do it right. You go there. You be full JB. You don't hold back. You don't act all scared under pressure. And you wear that shirt and you do some shit to promote our show. Yeah. It might be the difference. So,
hey, I want to talk about something in the news though. Bailey, is it in? There's a high school coach, and I want you to take a listen to this high school coach who resigned. In about 15 seconds, I want to show you this video. A high school coach resigned.
Okay.
Again, so I don't know if you've known this or if you guys haven't noticed, high school coaches are getting out of the business at an all-time clip, at an all-time rate. They are getting out of coaching high school football at an all-time rate because of, again, NCAA transfer portal issues have come down into the high school level where high school level transfer portals have been happening for a long time, and we don't know which one is it. I've said for a long time, it's starting at the lower levels and it's ascending to the NFL now. And
I think we opened up Pandora's box, and I think that take a listen.
Another high school football coach who resigned from their job. Coach Perry from Wareham High School resigned because his players was complaining about playing time. And then the parents started to complain about playing time. Coach said in the article, half his team was underclassmen and the other half were composed of juniors and seniors. A lot of the underclassmen, they wasn't ready to play yet, which I understand. But the stress got so bad that he decided to resign. It just wasn't worth it no more for him. If you want to read the article, I'm going to leave the link in my comments. This goes back to what I always say. Coaching is a stressful job. We don't get paid enough for what we do. I know coaching is not about the money. It's about the love of the game. But listen, you're spending your time, money, and resources away from your family. You could be doing 1,000 other things to be able to give back to kids. When you got ungrateful parents, ungrateful administrators, ungrateful kids, it make it very hard for us to do what we want to do. I'm done, but I'd love to hear what you got to say in the comments.
Fact or cap?
I say fact. I'll say fact. I know some cats who are coaching at the high school level as well, and understand that these kids are different, nowadays compared to when we were, even when I was in high school, and I'm not even that damn old, but so much has changed within the last 12 or so years with just one, you mentioned the transferring, which is insane. Like for me, when I was at Warren Central, JB, I was such a competitor. I wouldn't even want to go to no other school. Like I want to be here with the people I grew up with, and we gonna show y'all that we better than y'all. So I want to stay here because of that. If I'm not playing right now, okay, then why am I not playing? Let me get better so I can play. Like I just think this generation of kids make too many excuses, and they run away from competition. Not all kids. Let me make that clear. But a lot of these younger kids are just running away from competition and using the fact that they can transfer as a crutch to get away. And then these parents have the time, especially the mothers, they don't know what they don't know. So like the kid comes home complaining, saying I'm not playing this, that, and the third. The mother just gonna agree with the kid because they don't know, and they gonna allow them to leave or cause issues at practice. And I know it's a lot of stress, on the coaches, for sure. And what do you do though? I mean, what's the solution? I don't know. There is one. I think
Parents are the problem. Parents are clearly.
You got to find coaches that have a crazy amount of patience, who can deal with the parents, who can deal with kids transferring, and who truly loves the game, but loves the impact they're giving on the kids so much that they can put up with all the BS that comes with it. Parents have been a problem. Let's not get it twisted. It's not even during my time. Parents be coming down, it's always parents, but it does seem to be a little bit more overblown right now than even what it used to be.
Yeah. I got a daily rant real quick. I want to, I'm going to do a make it make sense real quick before we get into the last hour, 45 minutes of the show on football and quarterbacks.
Yes, sir.
I want to make it make sense. Bring my theme music in, Bailey. Compton in the house.
Without a doubt, it's Compton in the house. Without a doubt, it's Compton in the house. Without a doubt.
Make it make sense. Robert De Niro endorses Joe Biden by walking out wearing a fucking mask outside of Donald Trump's courthouse while he's on trial. Make it make sense. This is why we judge actors, musicians, rappers, athletes, etc. when you guys really and us should all stay in our lane. Talk about sports if you're in the media. If you're playing football, then play football. If you're an actor or a rapper, then act and rap. What makes you, I want to know what makes you, Bobby De Niro, who I love dearly as an actor, what makes you the fucking House of Representatives for the Democratic Party? Especially for a guy who has opened our borders, paid billions to foreign countries and entities, and has allowed our country to be infiltrated from within. Why would you defend that, Bob? A great American actor who many of us loved in so many movies. Let's not get it twisted. But now you give us topics to discuss about you being something other than a great American actor. Now we're calling you a traitor, a sellout, a woke liberal, etc. I will not judge anyone that I do not know personally when it comes to their beliefs. We all have the right to an opinion. But now, Robert, you are choosing a side that you may regret in the very, very soon future. Make it make sense, Smitty. Here's the take I have. Like,
this might end the show with this. Gonna be a lot to talk about from here.
I mean, I just want to be clear. Like, I love him as an actor. I say on this show more than anyone, when I come on this show, I talk about people that do things and then people that go out and have an opinion, and then we lose respect, or now we've excluded his acting career to where he's now politician. And now we're only judging him on his takes for his political views. We forgot about the fucking Godfather and Heat and goddamn, Casino and fuck. We forgot about all these great movies he's made, and now we're out there calling him out of his name. He's a fucking this, he's a that, because of his stance in politics. And I just think that is what happens to so many people out here that have become a public figure who now want to get older in life, and they know their careers are coming to an end, and now they get into this whole nother world. And now he will die by, we'll say he's a weirdo. He had a kid at 80, and then that's one thing. And then he's Biden. He wore a mask, and he came out in front of the Trump trial, and all this old shit. And then we judge him for that. We forgot about all the fucking entertainment that he provided for us for all our lives. I just think that's why I think cats should stay in their lane, dog. Like, he's not a politician that I know of. He's not on record being a politician. He's not a fucking ordained minister. He's not a fucking anything. He's an actor who now has, and I call them, take a listen.
You are gangsters. You are gangsters. You're washed up. Fuck you. You're a little punk. You're a softy. You're a nobody. Your movies suck. You're trash.
Damn. He said you're softy.
Now
you're nobody. Your movies suck. You can't act. Your feet are small. You're short. I'm like,
that's
damn.
what I hate, man. I hate
that's just evil.
I hate that part of it, dog, because damn well his movies don't suck.
Right. Like, come on, bro. Like,
come on, let's keep it funky. Damn well his movies don't
suck. Fire. Like, we're keeping it real. Like,
his movies he's an unbelievable.
All-time great movies. Right.
All-time great actors. The thing is, dog, like, your belief, whatever side you're on, you're going to go against them or be with them. And, like, I think he's making it. It's just so fucking unfortunate that we do this now on social media. But it's also unfortunate that you want to be a fake paid activist, because that's what you are now. You're not an activist. I haven't seen you ever, Robert De Niro. You fuck with sisters. You got black kids. I've never seen you in the hood, homie. How is you an activist now? I lost a lot of respect for that part, not your belief. I give a fuck about your opinion. You have the right to have whatever fucking opinion you want to. I lost respect for. I've yet to see you be an activist in any sort of scenario that is beneficial to our youth or our inner cities that you say you defend. And now you're out here on a global tear talking about a president that is, we can argue, isn't been the greatest. It just seems fake to me. And that's where I lost. Movie-wise, I'm still going to watch his movies. I still listen to R. Kelly. I'm the one that's on this show all the time. I separate the two. I don't care about what you did. I don't care about Kobe Bryant's trial and all that shit that you all want to talk about. I judge Kobe for what he did on the court. I judge people for what they do in their respective positions professionally. Robert De Niro is an actor to me. He always will be. He's making an opinion that seems fake to me. And I'm going to lose personal respect for him, not movie professional respect. I know he's an actor. Professionally and all that, I don't care. Personally, respectfully, I lost some respect for him now because I want to see him out there in the hood then if you're such an activist. I've yet to see you. Never saw it. Have you?
I mean, I'm not looking for it. I don't know.
Because it ain't out there. It ain't there.
But why's he gotta be in the hood to go against Trump? Like, is it just supposed to be hood cats that don't?
No. That's not my point. My point is he has been on record saying that first of all, I think he's been married to 3 sisters. Okay. And I think he's on record. He is. He only fucks sisters, I think. He's got a few mixed babies. He's on record defending black folks in specific in bad neighborhoods. On record, he spoke about it.
Gotcha.
But I've yet to see him in any hood whatsoever addressing that specific topic that he brought up, not me. He brought up defending inner city youth and black depravity or whatever you want to call it. Why haven't I ever seen you anywhere? But now all of a sudden you want to be an activist because somebody in Biden's campaign paid your motherfucking ass. Let's keep it funky. So I'm just going to tell you. And listen, I say the same thing about a guy that defends Trump. Don't get it twisted. Don't try to twist the narrative. If you're a Trump supporter and I've never seen you, I'm saying the same shit. So I can give a fuck less what side you support because I don't support either one of the motherfuckers. So I really could give a shit less. All I know is the lesser of two evils right now. If I had to vote right now, which I won't vote, but if I had to, I'm not voting for Biden. I'll tell you that. So like I just keep it real.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Politics always gets hairy. As soon as you pick a side, the other side's gonna hate you, and that's just what it is. No matter what you say, even what you say makes sense to whatever side. If you're not on the side of what the other person believes in, they gonna hate you. You're a worse person. You're stupid. You're ignorant. Like it's literally worse than gangbanging. It's worse than Crips and Bloods. Worse than all GDs, Vice Lord. Any little like gangs you can think of. This Republican, Democrat shit, left, right shit is crazy. Like they hate each other, and there's no way around it. I hear what you're saying, like stay in your lane, but at the same time, though, nobody stays in their lane. Everybody gives their opinion on these politics. We talk about it on this show. There's rappers endorsing Trump, and some people endorsing Biden. There's people who's backing out from their endorsement of Biden, like who in the last term, who is like The Rock and them, who are saying they're not doing it now. Like there's so many cats with big platforms who don't quote unquote stay in their lane. It's the president of the United States of America where we all live at. So to me, it is our lane. This is the leader of the free world is our lane. And I think we live in America to be able to give our opinion on the situation. Now, if you disagree, of course, that's fine. So a lot of shit I disagree with. Some shit I agree with when it comes to all this politics stuff. At the end of the day, though, like, it's almost the concept of like shut up and dribble. I'm not saying you're saying that, but it almost comes off like that, where it's like if you an actor, just act. If you're a basketball player, just play basketball. You football, just play football. Yeah. Don't do nothing else. It's like I can't say that because like if that's the case, people come on our show and say, "Where's the sports topic? Just talk sports," and you go off on them. It's my show. I can talk about what I want to talk about. We're talking about politics right now on a sports show, so it's like.
Here's the thing, though. You gotta be consistent, though. My whole fight is consistent, though. Like him being a great actor, like I just stated on this show, is not going to change. I might go watch a fucking De Niro movie tonight. He's one of my favorite actors. I don't give a fuck less about his politics. This is the thing. I cannot respect him as a person and respect him as a professional all day. And I think people can do that with everybody, but we don't. Cats out there talking nonsense about you're a horrible actor. No, he's not. Shut up. You fucking know he's not. You're a liar. You're mad that he's not with you on your side of the fence when it comes to politics.
Right.
Here's the thing I have to ask, though. The hypocrisy is what I don't like, and the inconsistency. When you do talk about what you want to talk about, fine. But be consistent in your takes and your values and your mission statement. Like, this is a guy who is on one side of the fence when it comes to abortion and then had a kid at 79 years old that he probably won't see get through middle school. Let's just keep it funky. He won't even see the kid through middle school. He has one side about this whole take on this whole, women's rights versus don't kill a baby. That's a huge discussion. Abortion, right? The abortion take in this country is huge.
How you explain how you tying this together there? I'm trying to see how you.
Well, the Democrats are on one side of the abortion, and the Republicans are on the other side. Correct?
Right.
They're like they're
for the most part, yeah.
And I actually don't agree with. I actually think the woman should have the fucking right to do whatever the fuck she wants with her body. That's my take.
Right.
And that's going against like you're a conservative. Well, that's not conservative take.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm on that.
I'm a fucking independent. Yeah. I'm an independent thinker, motherfucker.
When I was ignorant to it, when I first came, like at first I was like, hell no, you're killing the baby. But when you understand more about situations, it's like, nah, you're right. The woman should have the right. I'm with you on that.
But we got these weirdo fucking rednecks who have R-worded women, got them pregnant, and then fight the fact that they shouldn't be able to get rid of it. They got to have the baby. They got to have the baby. It's fucking unbelievable. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. I don't understand. It's crazy to me. Yeah. That's a whole nother ball game.
But real quick, okay. My last question, back to Robert De Niro. Why? So explain to me one more time. Why are you losing respect for him as a person, though? Because all he did was throw out his opinion. I mean, he was aggressive with it, whatever. But like he threw out his opinion. We could disagree with it, cool. But like, why you lost respect for him? For like, what do you say that we lose respect?
I lost respect for the inconsistent of his speeches and what he has said in the past. If you're gonna be an activist, then you got to be an activist for things that you say you defend or you want to see change. I have yet to see you do any of that. You have a public voice, a very large voice. So your voice is being heard today because you're defending Biden. It could be heard also if you're defending the things you say you wanted to defend in inner city, in poverty-driven areas, in all these different things. This is why I have a problem with celebrities who have a big platform who only speak up to be reactive instead of proactive. I hate motherfuckers that are just reactive instead of being proactive and talk about the fact that we have issues going on. You could be addressing that shit yearly, monthly, whatever it may be. You got PR teams. It's not like you got to go do a bunch of fucking work at 80 years old. You can literally at least do the same thing you just did for Biden for homeless, veterans, whatever you say you have a problem with. And that's why I don't like the inconsistent takes on a lot of these people. They only come out when it's convenient, it seems like. And I know what the convenient is. It's a fee that they charge. And the convenience fee is being paid right now to Robert De Niro. That is where I lost respect.
All right. Well, there it is. I'm just curious.
All right, let's dive into football. We got quarterbacks to break down for 30 minutes. We're going to do the NFC today, AFC tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Nadu's in the chat. Jeff, see you Friday, but we have verified you and I and Shaun Salisbury will be on. We are on for the Sunday pregame football show. It's the best show on planet Earth. We're going to try to get it promoted and sponsored because I believe we have a special thing there prior to NFL Sundays, prior to the game starting. Jeff, Shaun Salisbury, and I will do a show that will be unlike any other, and we started to do it last year. It's just we want to be consistent and do it every week prior to the games kicking off, breaking down the film, breaking down the games, Jeff giving us his insight on his picks, and then we go through that. I think it's a great dynamic. So we'll dive into that. All right, Smitty. Bailey, you want to bring up the graphic? Because the debate continues today. I'll bet you $500 Daniel Jones has a better season than AR5, Kyler Murray, and Caleb Williams. Jeff Nader, you want to get on this? Anyone else in the chat want to get in on it?
Easy money, y'all. Easy money. Go ahead and hop on.
Smitty, let's talk about your top 10 NFC QBs.
Can we bring the list up, man? Do we have the beautiful graphic? Shout out to Bailey for putting this together, man. Here is my list, the top 10 NFC quarterbacks. This is it's a combination based upon projections, also the history of some of these players and what they've done in previous seasons.
So be clear here. This is a projection from what you think will happen.
Yes. Also combined with information as well. You know, I obviously.
So are you taking last year into consideration?
I am. To some degree, I am. To some degree, I am.
So I'm just.
So I will get to that here in a second. So at number 1, we got
I'm
Matthew
just clarifying
Stafford.
for the chat. Before you talk, I just want to clarify for the chat. Are you taking prior consideration into this for next year?
Yes, I am. And I know why you're asking that, and I will get to that in a second.
Okay, go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. I know why you're saying that. So, yes. So, number 1, I got Matthew Stafford. I mean, when healthy, man, Matthew Stafford, we talk about him all the time on the show, one of the best ball spinners in the NFL. You could argue from a pure just talent standpoint, he could be top 3, top 5 from a pure talent standpoint. So, I got him at number 1. Jared Goff, I got him at number 2. I don't think he gets enough love. The guy's a winner. And he can throw the ball. He can make just about any throw in the field. To me, if this receiver just catch the damn ball last year during the Super Bowl, that simple. I like Jared Goff we did last year, and I like for what he's the trajectory that the Lions are on with him leading that team. Dak Prescott, listen, we give Dak a lot of hell because he doesn't perform well in the big games. But at the end of the day, in the regular season, he's one of the best regular season quarterbacks that we've had in the last 5 or so years. And the Cowboys are always double-digit wins, and that's a large part because of Dak Prescott's consistency in the regular season. Number 4, I got Jalen Hurts. He had somewhat of a down year last year. They still won like 11 games, but it just didn't look the same. But I think Jalen Hurts is going to bounce back this year. He has big-time weapons all around him. Just got Saquon Barkley in the backfield as another weapon to take some pressure off of him as well. And I think Jalen Hurts is going to have a bounce-back season this year. Number 5, Kirk Cousins. Assuming he's healthy, him being in Atlanta, all those young cats, I think Kirk Cousins can come out here and have a solid season. I mean, he's, for the most part, when Kirk is healthy too, he's similar to Dak. I don't think he's just as good as Dak is, but very similar in terms of just you kind of know what you're going to get. Number 6, I got Kyler Murray, man. Kyler Murray's back and he's healthy. He came back last year, like on the second half of the year, and showed me some good things. Showed me he can still move around, still slaying that ball well. Got Marvin Harrison Jr., so you got a true number 1 wide out. I know he's young, but that's a true number 1. They drafted who was it, Michael Wilson, I want to say last year, who another good weapon. I think Kyler, again, assuming he stays healthy, is going to have one of those bounce back years, and the Cardinals are going to be a team that you got to at least respect every single week. Number 7, I got Jordan Love. Obviously, a really big season last year. I think surprised a lot of folks. Something that JB always talks about is the quote-unquote sophomore slump. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he's not a sophomore, but sophomore in the sense of second year really being that full-time starter. I don't think he's going to have a slump. I think he's still going to have a good year. I don't know if it'll be just at the exact same level as last year. It's kind of hard to read. I just know that when you got teams that got film on you now, it's a little bit more pressure, a little bit more difficult, but I still think he's going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFC. Number 8, I got Baker, man. Baker Mayfield showed me a lot last year. You know what I mean? Won the playoff game. I know there wasn't, an incredible it's not an incredible division he's in, but someone has to win it. And he did what he's supposed to do to go out there and do it. And again, I think Baker will do enough. He won't do anything special, but he won't make too many big mistakes. He'll just be that middle of the pack, solid QB. And in the NFC, where it's not a ton of great talent on the NFC, I think Bakerfield can make that top 10. Number 9, Geno Smith. Kind of similar reasons behind him that I have with Baker. Obviously, Pete is gone, so that does make me a little concerned, a little nervous to see kind of how things will be with the new head coach. I think it's is it McDonald, I think, the former D coordinator for the Ravens. So yeah, a lot of questions there on how he'll be as a head coach. But Geno overall is kind of that middle of the pack, tiered quarterback in the entirety of the league. But again, we're talking NFC. NFC ain't that great. So I got Geno in there. And then number 10, and this is why JB was asking me this question at the beginning about does last year play a role in it. So I got Caleb Williams. So listen, last year does play a role in it. And last year, I got to look at the rest of the NFC quarterbacks, and I just was not impressed by damn near any other quarterback in the NFC. I'm just being real. I was really at this number 10 spot thinking like, damn, like I could put Daniel Dimes here. I guess I could, but the man threw 2 touchdowns, 6 picks last year. Okay, I could put Sam Darnold, but he didn't even start last year. I could put this cat right here, but I had to put Caleb Williams on there because I believe that his talent mixed with the fact that of the weapons around him with Chicago, I'm projecting that he's going to have a big time rookie season and will be in the conversation for offensive rookie of the year. So that's where I'm at. I just noticed one thing though on my list that I'm pissed about, but I'm gonna let JB jump in. But I just literally got through my list and I noticed one big mistake on my end, but I'll get to that later. But JB jump in.
So we're going to critique each other's list before the show too. So the critique here, first of all, is Caleb Williams. I can't have a rookie that's never played it in the league on my list, not ahead of guys that obviously you probably realize you fucked up.
I do want to switch somebody out because I fucked. Go ahead, go first.
Yeah, so you know damn well Purdy has to be on that list ahead of a fucking rookie.
Well, no, not that. I would have flipped. Caleb is staying where he's at. I would take out somebody else.
Yeah. All right. So
Purdy's the one I fucked up on. I'm telling y'all that, so y'all ain't got to talk about. That's the one I fucked up on. But Caleb is still staying number 10. Purdy would come in and somebody else would get. You know what I mean? But go ahead and jump in.
There's really nobody else but Baker.
Go ahead and jump in.
And Kyler. Horrible.
Don't leave Kyler alone. Kyler is stamped.
Hasn't done shit.
Kyler's stamped.
I don't know how he's stamped, but
Kyler's stamped.
I don't see it. I don't get it. This is clearly, you know what though? The top 2 we share.
Let's see your list then.
Let's dive into it. Real list right here. All right, so Matthew and Goff, we got the same. So it's cool. I can't wait till we get to where we can pull up 10 at once and then 9, and so nobody can see them. That'd be hard.
Yeah, I know. We'll get there.
Stafford's won a Super Bowl. He's clearly the best ball spinner in the NFC, if not the league, right behind Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion. Jared Goff is probably the second best ball spinner in the NFC without question. And he's been to a Super Bowl and almost took a new franchise to another one. So
yeah,
I have to give that some weight. And optically, both of them, statistically, arm strength, skill, accuracy, ball placement, feet in the pocket, getting rid of the football, etc. Those two, to me, are head and shoulders. Jordan Love is climbing, though. He's climbing on top of Jared Goff, especially if he can win in that division this year. He might be coming up and making a move. Jordan Love, from what I saw last year. Jalen Hurts been to a Super Bowl. That's going to carry weight with me. His mechanics carry weight. He's gotten better every year as far as mechanically, but he did hit a fall last year, so I'm expecting him to climb again and get back into the conversation of MVP or NFC Player of the Year, whatever he may be. Dak is in a contract year. Statistically, during the seasons, he puts up big numbers every year. And I cater back and forth between him and Kirk Cousins, but Cousins coming off an injury. I don't know what he's going to do on a new franchise without a big-time receiver in Justin Jefferson. We're going to see what he does in Atlanta. So I put Dak slightly ahead of Kirk. Brock Purdy, who I think is a game manager and a bus rider, not a bus driver. I still believe he is the one downfall on that roster. As good as people think he is, I do like his accuracy. I do like the ability that he throws in windows and he throws over the middle of the football field in the teeth of the coverage. I do respect that, and I've seen him grow. I want to see it again. He's still a young guy. He's still working on a contract. I want to see him show us that he's consistent and can do it. Daniel Jones has been up and down based on all the things I've told you about. And there's 16 teams in the NFC, just being clear. He is clearly ahead of 6 other quarterbacks, and that is why he's in my top 10. So Daniel Jones comes in at 8. I got Geno Smith, one of the most accurate passers in the league. He was the most accurate passer in the league 2 years ago. Last year, he hit a little wall. I think they were riddled by injury up front. He didn't have the O-line. He's not a runner. He's not a scrambler. He's going to sit there in pocket and throw it off of RPOs and different things. New offense, 3 great receivers, good core, good running back, better O-line. I want to see what he does. I have him in the top 10. 10 is interesting to me.
Nah, you can't have no 2 names at 10. Go ahead, finish. Go ahead, but I don't like that already. You putting teetering systems and fucking. You gotta pick a 10. Ain't no tied at 10. You gotta pick a 10.
Can I explain? Is Sam Darnold starting? We don't know that. The rumors are I said he is, but I don't know if he is. I'm not the coach. If he's a starter, I'm putting him at 10. If he's not, I got Bryce Young. Real simple concept.
I'll take that.
Real simple concept. If Sam Darnold starts, I'm putting him at 10. A little better roster, a little better team in Minnesota than Carolina. If he don't start, then I got Bryce Young at 10. That's why it's well thought out. This isn't just thrown at the wall, and I leave Brock Purdy off for Caleb Williams, okay? So, basically, bottom line is no Kyler Murray. Stop. Baker Mayfield, I'm just not a believer, never have been. And Caleb Williams definitely not on there as a rookie.
So real quick, pull my list back up real quick. I'm going to correct this right now. So I fucked up with Brock Purdy. I was moving too fast. I fucked up with Brock Purdy. So here's what I would do. The one change I make to my list. So Geno's gone. Baker goes to 9. Purdy goes to 8. So Geno will be removed from my list. Baker moves to 9. Purdy goes to 8. That's what would happen with my list. I completely fucked up with Purdy when I put the list together.
I don't know how you fuck up.
Y'all got to call me. Y'all got to no, because we was in a group. We was in a group chat. Don't try to play JB. We was in a group chat real quick 2-3 days ago, and I typed it in real fast, and I fucking forgot about Purdy.
But hold on, no, hold on.
Purdy's definitely top 10.
But I'm confused though.
Can I count on your list first?
Hold on, though. You make it make sense.
I know what but I know. I want Caleb at number 10. That's what I want. So
it don't matter, but you thought enough to put him in there, but not Purdy. If we were on like a major platform right now, we'd have got fired, I think.
No. But we were on a major platform. We would have had a whole production team that would have went through the whole fucking production meeting. It wouldn't have got to this point. It wouldn't have got to the show. So we not a fucking major network. So we gotta do shit ghetto and on the spot. Then we gonna fix shit on the spot.
But hold on, I just want to pick your brain. So you go through a guy.
No, don't pick my brain.
You were quick to know that you were gonna have a guy who fucking paints his nails and dives in the crowd with his mama and wants to sit
at number 10.
And sits with his cats during Netflix shows. You knew that, but you didn't know about the guy that was in a Super Bowl last year. Make it make sense.
I was moving too fucking fast.
It don't matter. It don't matter how fast you're moving. All I got to do is think of, okay, who was in the Super Bowl last year? Oh, okay.
I fucked up,
Mahomes
JB.
And Purdy.
You going to keep diving into it? I got Purdy at 8. I got Baker at 9. I got Caleb at 10. Geno's gone. I thought about it more. Your boy, your guy, Pete Carroll is gone.
So
I don't know what's going to happen now.
You don't prep tomorrow today. That's clearly.
Let's put JB's list back up right now so I can critique his shit.
Nah, first of all,
hold on,
I'm gonna let you critique.
Yeah,
see y'all. Hey, everybody out there, see what I have to do here. See what I got to do on the show. I got he don't prep the show seriously. He worried about Joy Taylor and shit. He'd rather not worry about me and his co-host.
What you gotta do with this shit?
His co-host. He'd rather just give me like just side pieces, baked potatoes, sour cream. He don't really want to go through the meat process of this and really, okay, to make the show great with JB, I got to make sure I got my shit tight. He just threw that shit this morning together, y'all.
No, I can show y'all proof in the text message. I had my list way before. JB literally just did his list today. Like this morning. Literally just did it. Bailey, before you post my graphic, just make that one little adjustment, please. Before you post my graphic, before you give it to me, put Purdy over there at 8. Baker at 9, Geno off. That's all I need you to do. But look at your list right now.
I want you to take your list and my list. I want you to take it to Shady and
James Jones.
James Jones, and I want to clip it. We got to clip it, Bailey, and send it to him on a clip so he can show that shit to fucking Shady and them today. And I want to see with Brock Purdy off though. And make sure that
it's a mistake. I'm telling you, it's a mistake.
Nah, not a mistake. It can't be a mistake if you got Caleb on there and no Purdy. It's not a mistake.
JB.
Then he's racist. He's racist, y'all. He's racist.
How I'm racist?
So,
I got Kirk Cousins. I got Baker.
So that's
they white.
Don't matter.
All I'm saying is
Baker.
How you got Daniel Jones on your list? Forget all that. How you got Daniel Jones on your list above Baker? For real. Let's start there. What you asked me? What has Daniel Jones done that was bigger than Baker Mayfield?
They both have a playoff win.
Yep. Baker got 2 of them though.
Yeah.
With 2 different franchises.
Yeah.
Ain't no yeah. I mean that matters.
He was a fill-in guy. He was the number 1 pick. He's been a bust. What do you mean why? Been a bust.
Has Daniel Jones done more than Baker?
If Daniel Jones was on that Cleveland team,
that's my question. Has Daniel Jones done more than Baker?
In my opinion, yeah.
All right. You always know when JB's like bullshitting or lying, like he'll take a sip of his shit. Like he tries to hold his smile a little bit because like
let me ask you.
He just takes a sip.
Who's had better rosters, Baker or Daniel Jones? Keep it funky. Let's go.
I say.
Why is that a debate, homie? He was on the most loaded roster in football in Cleveland. What are you talking about?
I probably say
Get
Daniel
the
Jones.
fuck out of here. Some of that shit just make sense.
You find so many excuses for these cats, dog. Like, homie, I don't get it, homie. I just don't get it, homie. And then you having Bryce Young on there respectfully, who I think will have a better year next year. You want to give me hell? He played 1 year and it was a shitty year. Not all his fault, but it was a shitty year. You having Bryce Young on there, damn near like having Caleb on there. It ain't that far gone. It ain't that big of a difference. It ain't that big of a difference, JB.
It's not damn near.
Damn near.
This guy fucking had live ammunition fired at him. He knows what it is. He was in the league on a shittiest roster in football. Stop it. It's not close.
It didn't make him better.
This guy hasn't even played yet. Hasn't even been in a NFL locker room. Bryce Young, by the way, has the command of his locker room. They like him. They will go to war with that dude. He is there.
How you know? Who told you? Who told you?
Sheena. Can't say nothing. Smitty can't say shit, homie. God damn. Drop the mic, Bailey. Drop the mic, Bailey. He can't say nothing.
Sheena's my connection, by the way.
First of all, we know for a fact.
Sheena's my. I brought Sheena on this show. Keep it all the way 1,000. Wow.
No. You keep it funky. Who knew her first?
Who got on the show?
I didn't ever try to get her on the show.
You know what though? Hold on. I gotta look at the dates. No. I've been knowing Sheena for years though. I don't know when. I don't know.
We know chronologically when I've known her since 17.
I'm not telling you. No bullshit.
17?
Huh?
You've known her since 17.
2017?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I ain't know 2017.
I know you haven't. We already clarified this. So it's not even close. What are you talking about?
We also behind the scene, like we'll talk. You talk. I got on the show, is all I'm saying. So yes or no?
Eddie, that's what?
I got her on the show.
Yeah, because I never asked her. I never tried. I never tried to get her on the show.
I'm gonna say that's my plug. That's my connect. Shit.
Yeah, it's not, but I've known her longer. Eddie.
Hey, we be competing in everything. Like, it don't matter what it is. Like, I know no longer.
Eddie, shut up, Eddie. Fuck. Dak Prescott's horrible. The only reason he's on there is because I had a fucking it's just a fucking necessity. The NFC quarterbacks are just bad. Let's be honest. 16 quarterbacks are in the NFC, by the way. I kept Baker off my list. I kept Caleb off my list. I kept Kyler Murray off my list. That's 3. Okay, that's 3. And there's 3 more in the NFC. Derek Carr. Hold on. It's funny to me that you don't have Derek Carr on over some of these guys either. I wouldn't have Derek Carr.
Oh, Derek Carr, he fell off. Hold on, bro. I didn't know. You got Daniel Jones. Technically speaking, you got Daniel Jones, Bryce Young, and Sam Darnold, all above Baker and Kyler. And like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
How
is Sam Darnold above Kyler? He ain't did shit. Like,
did we not clarify what the criteria was? And then we clarified and said from last year projecting into this year and what we think with the current rosters and makeup of what rosters are on now. And then you brought on a rookie. Make it make sense.
Your projections are based upon people who you like. That's the problem. That's why.
And yours aren't?
You like Sam Darnold as like a person.
I don't like Dak. I don't like Dak. I got him up there.
Look, Sam is from out here. You went against him in high school.
I don't like Purdy. I don't like Purdy. I don't like Purdy. I got him on there.
But it's a combination of this. Some cats are so good, you got to put them on your list. Like whether you like Stafford or not, he's gonna be on our list. Whether you like Dak or not, he's gonna be. There's certain cats that's like it don't matter. You had to put him on your list. And there are certain cats who are on the fence who you like them personally. You like Daniel Jones for some reason. White dude, athletic, probably reminds you of yourself a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Sam Darnold.
I wasn't a runner.
Sam Darnold, but you was a decent athlete. You used to hoop. You had some good feet.
Yeah, but I wasn't a runner.
You wasn't a scrub though. You could move around. What I'm saying.
Yeah, but I move around the pocket, but I wasn't a runner.
Okay, but I'm saying you remind yourself. Then you had Sam Darnold. You know, you played against him in high school. You got cats who you got personal ties to, and it's fucking your brain up. You're biased. You're extremely biased. You know Sam Darnold ain't better than damn Kyler
hey,
right now.
Chat right now. Chat right now. Chat for 10 push-ups. Who won? Who won the list? Who has the better list?
Come on, hey, baby. How you doing? Give me a kiss on the cheek. We got 10 minutes left.
Who has the best list? Who has the best list? I won.
No, it say JB lost.
I won. It's clear. Hey, we're gonna put a poll out there. We'll put a poll out there. It's not even close. We know the quarterback guru got one. Come on, it's not even close.
Stress.
It's not even really close. It's not even a question. Yeah, Brock Purdy cost you any consideration.
I fixed it. No, my list is with Purdy on there.
Yeah, you can't fix it. You can't fix it. It's like you're trying to put the paste back in the tube. It's not. You can't fix it.
Bailey a bad boy. Bailey can fix anything. Bailey know how to like.
He fixed it for you, but there's still the bottom line is everybody saw it. You can't rewind it. You can't rewind it, homie.
Look at D Jones. D Jones, shut up, D Jones. He been mad since the beginning of the show because you showed that graphic of Trevor Lawrence and Danny. Show that graphic again. We got that graphic still, Bailey. There we go. This is your quarterback, D Jones. First 48 starts. Call him
you can't
Mr.
put a
First
rookie
48.
on there, Smitty. I just don't think you have any validity by putting a rookie on there when you said you're using last year's criteria. How are you using SC's criteria when a guy backed him up who came in and broke all his bowl records?
He played one game, number one. Number two, it's a combination of projections as well as using your information. There's no way to make projections without looking at previous actions. Let me say it again. There's no way to project without using some sort of knowledge from previous action, whether that's NFL, whether it's college. You need some sort of. You're projecting Daniel Jones because of what he's done in the past. It's a combination of two different things.
And guess what? I'm projecting. How are you understanding that? And I'm looking at the history of the digression of Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield. So last year, Baker Mayfield had a decent year for the first time in his career, and you're putting him in the top 10.
Not first time in his career. Stop.
Come on.
He led Cleveland. They beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was probably his best season. Kyler was literally hurt the last 2 years. What? Like, I don't understand. Like,
part of it, ain't it? So I'm going to put a hurt guy on there? No, that's part of it, homie.
I'm assuming he's not going to get hurt again. It
don't matter. His style
that's the risk I'm taking.
His style of play, if you know QBs, is not sustainable. That's why he'll never be on my top 10 list, and that's why we continue to see him get worse every year.
So let me ask you this. So hypothetically, for argument purposes, if Kyler is healthy, do you think he'll be a top 10 NFC quarterback if he's healthy? No bull, no bias, like just straight, like real quarterback football guru. Will he be a top 10 NFC quarterback projection if he's healthy for all season?
Before I answer that, can I show you something?
Please do.
Bailey, I sent you a video.
Years down the line,
Bailey's
we're not going to say Kyler Murray was a dog in the league. And I'm on the grounds in Arizona.
Shout out to Bryce Butler.
You put Kyler, any of those guys in Detroit, they're popping off.
Kyler's not popping off anywhere because the thing that people don't know about Kyler is he's not really a leader, and people don't really surround themselves around him. But that's the thing that like people don't really think about. They just look at his talent and go like, oh, he can go anywhere and transcend.
He's not a leader of men.
You have to be a leader to be a quarterback, dog. And if you're a quarterback that can't stand in front of your guys and say, hey, that was on me today.
As a receiver that played in the league, if you play with a quarterback that like doesn't take credit or is like kind of like you got to want to play for your guy, right?
That's the problem. If you're in the meeting and you know what's going on, but then he goes in the presser and says like, oh, this guy did this, or like, oh, whatever. And you're like, and then you see what goes on, and like you see him.
Well, see, I don't see it from inside. I see it outside.
Right. So
Thank you. Darius said it best. Never trust me with white spit in the pouring a mouth.
It's always funny, and miss me. It's always funny that we got these nobodies in the chat. Not Darius, but we got some nobodies in there. No, we got these nobodies out here talking about invalid take. He was a bum. He fucking played in the league with the dude.
Yeah, Bryce ain't no bum.
I'm tired of hearing you nobodies who come out and talk about he's a bum. By the way, I've golfed with a legend who has said the exact same thing. So why would he lie too? So he was a bum too. Was Larry Fitzgerald a bum, motherfucker? So I'm just trying to be clear. So all these ex-pros can talk about what they see and what they know to be factual. And then you nobody ass in the chat can say he's a bum. Yeah, because you made it, right? Keep bagging my groceries, motherfucker. Shut the fuck up. So anyway, this is fact.
So he won't be top 10. Got you.
This is what we know of him. No, I'm not. I didn't say that.
Oh.
Talent-wise, we know he's a freak. That's it. He's a freak of nature. He
bad boy.
Pro baseball player. He could be a pro football player.
Heisman Trophy winner. Got drafted to MLB and NFL.
We get it. But the bottom line is, can he be a top 10 quarterback?
In the NFC.
That is the question.
In the NFC.
But I get it, but that is your question. Quarterback, right? Not player, not athlete. He's a quarterback. You got to separate the difference between athletic freak and quarterback, homie. There's a huge difference.
But that plays a role in your playing style, Jay.
But what athletic gifted freak has won a Super Bowl? Oh, wait.
Whoa. The goalpost is going left and right.
No, it's not.
Now. I asked you, is he a top 10 quarterback in the NFC? I didn't say, is Kyler Murray going to win a Super Bowl?
I know you did it. What I'm saying is we have to learn that there are athletes playing quarterback and then quarterbacks who are athletic. There is a huge difference. So I need to say that again. There's athletes who play quarterback, and then there's quarterbacks who are athletic.
What's Daniel Jones?
You, Smitty, need to understand there's a difference. And not only you, but a lot of people out there need to understand there's a difference between an athlete playing the position and the position being athletic. And Daniel Jones is an athlete, but he's trying, if you watch the film as I do, this is like, see, the naysayers and the casuals in the chat just act like we don't watch film. And they act like I don't have DV Sport, like no one else in the country has, by the way.
Send me the login so I can start watching it too.
So the fact is, Daniel Jones is trying to progress as a quarterback and limit his running and limit his athleticism and trying to be a quarterback. Kyler Murray has yet to show me progression that he wants to be a better quarterback. He's showing us that he's still a great freak athlete trying to play quarterback. That is the facts. So that is why a lot of people don't listen and understand that there's a huge difference. I believe Trevor Lawrence struggled with that year one. He thought he was the same athlete he was at Clemson. He had to take a bounce back year. And then he saw year two. And then last year again, they were riddled with some injuries, whiteout losses, a couple things. He digressed. The same with Jalen Hurts last year. He thought everything was a deep ball or tuck it and run compared to the year two when he had actually success and he completed the ball at a higher clip. There's a difference. I want to see the guys trying to be quarterbacks who are athletic. Kyler Murray has not done that. He's not done that yet. And everything screams on everything that's coming out from other players of his. Everything screams he doesn't want to study. He doesn't want to do this. He's a video gamer. We heard all that shit. What is the fact of the matter? Players that played with him have called him out. And this ain't the first or the second or the third player. We've also heard the former DB, Patrick Peterson has also blasted him. PP also blasted him. Is everybody lying? Is everybody lying that played with this motherfucker?
No, I'm not saying that. I think some truth to his intangibles, but even with everything you said is true and it's perfect. Daniel Jones trying to be a quarterback, Kyler just running around doing his thing. With all that being said, Kyler Murray has still reached higher heights than Danny Dimes, even with him playing his weird style. So that's all I'm saying. So I hear you, man. It's a good debate, man. I got Brock Purdy at 8. I got Brock Purdy at 8. I got Baker at 9. I got Kevin
You might
at
call
10.
in. You should call in. You should
That's
call
what
in
it
at
is.
Fox today. Call in. Take the day off Fox today so you can really work on this show, your future show. Work on the actual AFC quarterbacks today. Don't go and call Joy right now. Tell Joy you can't come in. You got to work on JB show because
You gonna pay me? Y'all gonna make for that money? Y'all gonna make for that money?
don't worry about all that.
I got to pay rent this weekend.
You will when we get into the studio.
Rent due this weekend.
Yeah, Max Hess supposed to pay that. Help us out.
Yep, Max. Come on. Here, I'm gonna look at my AFC quarterbacks right now because I already got my list.
Nah, don't look at them now. There's 16 of them. Remember?
No. My list is JB. See, you wait till tomorrow to prepare for tomorrow. I prepared for tomorrow days ago. I just made an error. Don't let one error, one mistake.
That's your problem. Why are you leaving Purdy? If you did it so many days ago, why is Purdy not on there?
Because I did it, and I'm
Make
JB.
it
Listen,
make sense.
I got 8 jobs, JB. I did it and I moved on. I didn't go back and stare at the list and dissect it. I typed it to Bailey real quick and I moved on.
Make it make sense, Smitty. Make it make sense. How do you get it done early and fuck it up?
It will never happen again.
Hey,
it will never happen again.
In the coaching world, that's a fireable offense.
Nah, but my resume's too big. If Nick Saban makes a mistake, he ain't getting fired. If Bill Belichick make a mistake, he ain't getting fired.
He's the head coach. You're not.
My resume different is what I'm trying to tell
you're
you.
Not. You're
I'm
not the
different.
head coach. You're not the head coach. Stop.
When it comes to this media shit, I'm different. You came on my show years ago.
Hey, you know what happened? It's funny because the day before we had that debate and that argument about that graphic that Dion put out there. It just made me remember. Dion put that graphic misspelled too.
Yeah.
And you came out and was defending Dion like you always do and shit. Yeah. And then the day before, though, you said if a graphic was misspelled, you don't even pay him any mind. You just credit him.
Y'all said that?
Yeah, you said that. You said you discredit anybody that comes on and talks about something. If it's misspelled, I discredit it. I don't even watch it. And then you defended Dion. I got to remind you, we got to get that clip, Bailey. Nah, we don't. We don't want to blast Smitty out like that. We don't want to blast him out like that. We don't want to show that. But that's
I know what
crazy.
I said, but I think context matters.
That is why I think
context matters. I was talking about in the sense when you'll find graphics on like Twitter with stats and shit like that. It'll be a random fucking person on Twitter with 2 followers will post a graphic and it'll say Lamar Jackson did this, and this, and like Lamar will be spelled LMR JC, and I'm like, well, I can't even respect that when it comes to stat. Dion stuff was just a quote, like it ain't.
But he put his name on it.
But ain't no numbers, like it ain't nothing. It just
it doesn't matter. How are you defending?
I'm saying if I put out a quote right now and I said, "Live your life to the fullest," and I spell fullest wrong, okay, you can still understand the message is live your life to the fullest. But if I say if I put out a quote board with like actual numbers, I'm saying Kobe Bryant in 2006 did X Y Z X Y, and I'm spelling shit wrong. I'm like, bro, how can I trust your numbers when you can't even take the time to spell something right? It's a little bit of a difference there.
But so you can trust your son going to Dion for misspelling it?
My AFC list look good. Let me see. I got boom. Hey, the AFC list is fire. Yeah, AFC list is fire.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Tomorrow is Tell the Truth Thursday. It's Truth Telling Thursday. So it's Truth Telling Thursday. We will tell the truth tomorrow. Steve Kim on tomorrow. Shaun King will be on Friday with Jeff, Nadu, and Matt. Loaded show. So, hey, it is what it is, man. Don't miss it tomorrow. Pound that like, subscribe, become a member. And as we get closer to the studio, if you want to still help us, we're looking for our top 5 contributors on our GoFundMe. Drop a couple dimes in our GoFundMe, and it's right there. GoFundMe. Check it out. Smitty.
Hey, man, y'all be blessed. We appreciate y'all for joining the show. We're going to be back tomorrow. Steve Kim going to join us, man. Going to be back bigger, better, and stronger. My AFC list going to be crazy. And, hey, man, I'm going to see y'all when I see y'all, man. Hey, do we got a meeting? Hey, stay on for a minute, Jay. But we might have a meeting today, or so I got a notification on my calendar. I don't know if that's old or what.
Mean for what?
Winnable, or is that supposed to be on Friday? I got a calendar invite. We'll talk offline though, man.
I asked that motherfucker for something. I didn't hear shit back. Let's move on. I'll see you tomorrow, Thursday. Tell the Truth Thursday. Truth Telling Thursday. And we will see you on the other side. God will it. Peace.
Issues get pressed so fast you don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown kill the ass around.